or you shut down a door. Did you not?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
broke a
Shut down
door.
like 2 doors.
It's pretty hard to
One
do.
to a magic beach place and the other one to a bunch of dead people
Magic
and
beach
dogs.
place. Who doesn't want to go to a magic beach place?
Us, apparently.
Why don't you want a nice filler episode? Anyway. Wait, yes, you're in the small armory where you just took all the items from the shelves and scooped them into a bag.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're still searching for more health potions for Isaru's addiction.
Yep. Yep.
Gosh, you're not very classy robbers, are you?
Well,
Not robbing if they're bad guys.
Is it? Is that how it works? You can't steal if someone's bad? Who decides that,
Yeah.
Putty? Who decides that?
We're gonna
Me.
drink all the drugs.
This carton of milk is evil. I have to take it.
Yeah.
mhm.
Well, the question remains: after you've caused such a significant ruckus, what do you do? You've taken some time to put on some fresh armor. Fresh out of the box, in fact. Who knows if it's even been worn once before. And acquired yourself the finest weapon man can buy, presumably. Where does that leave you?
More exploring, because there's like 200 doors that we haven't opened yet.
200 doors.
Yep. It's a lot of places
Forgot
to
what
go.
we're looking for. We're here. Since
Marvelous.
We're looking for something, right?
Well, then pick a door, kids. Pick a door. Tell me which door you're picking.
Hmm.
I mean, this one is pretty.
I think while we're here,
Yeah.
make sure to listen up against it to make sure there's no spooky scaries.
They still haven't fixed this, or at least it might be one of my plugins that's causing that. That it always defaults to the hide tool.
Yeah.
Anyway, a quick examination reveals that this room is empty. By the looks of it, they're trying to set up some armor racks and stuff, but they aren't quite done yet.
Oh no.
Alright.
It's a half-complete room.
Boring.
Some kind of statue here.
Yes.
There's not a statue of me, it doesn't matter.
Lots of doors here.
Who wants to build a statue of a cabbage?
Road.
Yes.
Saru is at a door. Do you listen or do you merely open up?
I start by listening.
Gosh, what would you hear? You hear the discontented grumblings of people who are clearly watching a room but aren't having fun doing it.
I found a picture of Stillwater.
Ah, yes. Nothing quite like a picture of a... What?
Cabbage feet.
What?
No.
What the?
I want to
Who
tell you how...
who put a cabbage on my chicken feet?
Is it a cabbage chicken or a chicken cabbage?
Would that count as vegan?
Yeah.
Probably not.
If I fry that, would that be tasty?
No, it's cabbage. Of course
Yeah.
not.
It's chicken cabbage. Tastes
Oh.
like chicken.
It's a bit bigger than I thought.
Jesus! That's a lot of cabbage!
That's excessive.
Why are you so big, Stillwater? I thought you were small.
I'm
Hey,
usually
pizza
baby.
bunny.
Hi, pizza.
Got ourselves a nice, tasty slice.
We also want some cabbage. So, should we open the door or what is going on?
It's up to Asara. They're in front.
Is I was still listening for something?
Asara was listening to people who are malcontent and sound kind of bored.
So us, okay.
Hmm.
No.
Oh, so there are people on the other side.
Yes. No voices you recognize.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I just kind of indicate that there are some people that way. Hmm. Hmm. No.
Down to kick their butts if you are.
Okay. Kick
Is-
open the door then.
Well, sexalicious. Alright. Asara decides to kick the door open rudely. I don't know why you think that's the appropriate response for a door, but alright. It's just a door, sir. As you kick the door
I
open, you find yourself in a room containing several large pits. Each of the pits has a large grate beside it that can be slid over if so desired. In the room are standing a few individuals who are having some idle conversation, whose conversation is broken the second they hear the door slam into the wall that it's hinged upon. Reflexively, the bodyguard draws his blade and asks, "Who the hell's kicking doors in around here?"
Not me.
It is I, and by the way, I was raised in a swamp. Just
You think in a
to
swamp they
answer
would
you.
teach you some manners?
Not really, no.
What the? What is that? A lump of
Swamp-
Kirby's?
Swamp manners are different.
I'm
Why is-
doing
Consistent.
stuff
Why is Kirby Mass Attack like this?
because it's cute.
Babies.
See your Kirby's.
They're having fun before beating up these few woods.
They would like for you to leave, since they're kind of trying to have a conversation here, and they're pretty sure that unless you have a prisoner, you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, but we are.
It's a place where we
Prisoner.
hold prisoners.
Well, there are none. All the holes are open, and you're not hearing the moaning of the damned. So
We could take them as
I guess
prisoners.
that's fair.
Aha! Then in case you are the prisoners, hop into the hole and we won't have to put you in them.
is that? Are you attempting to intimidate them?
Yes.
I mean, you do look kind of ragged and unbloodied by this point.
Also a lizard man in a full plate with a big ass sword.
And with a drug addiction.
Oh, right. I forgot I don't have any skill in intimidation.
As Saru forgot, he's not that threatening.
That was a different person. Oh well.
One.
Just a raw, juicy one.
You're number one, Asaru! You've done it!
I think
It
they
did it,
think
it-
you're a jokester or something like that.
Your pants drop.
Not the way
mean,
you put your belt on.
If we had those kinds of rules, then maybe yes, your pants would have dropped as a result of a one because you did just put on new armor.
It's like when you
But-
lick your blade when you try to be menacing and you cut yourself.
What sooner happens is that you make an absurd request at an absurd time, and they decide to rebuttal with the incredibly keen-witted, "Well, how about you get in the hole? Ha!"
Classic.
Dang, they got you there.
Yeah.
They got you. They got all of the cool tricks. All
Fair
right.
enough.
Enough scooting, enough looting. Boop. And boop. Let's see some initiative, kids. I gotta open some monster sheets.
What should I?
Jeez.
I guess I just go perception.
One thing I really like about Foundry is you can just double-click things and open the sheets.
My cat is making
Yeah.
too much noise, please tell me.
Wouldn't-
Is that the cat?
What is your
Yes.
cat doing?
Destroying cardboard.
The big slappies.
Ah,
You cannot stop this cat.
Scratching stuff. Better than what he did before. He was scratching his ear at the mic.
The world must hear the beauty of my ears. Scritchy, scritchy. Stillwater. While Saru is loudly declaring himself the king of all cosmos, you decide that it's time for action.
Yeah. Quickly hop over to this side, and then sneak the cultist. Pew.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a critical hit. Ooh. Please roll me another sneak. Oh
Pew.
gosh. Oh gosh. This poor man.
Pew.
No.
Pew 2, the sequel.
No,
Pew.
no. The first pew goes with the cultist and just instantly downs him.
Oh.
That's 12 plus 6 is 18. He has 20 hit points, so that extra sneak attack damage of 6 just yeah. The force of your impact causes him to waddle and sort of tumble back into the hole. You have
Hole in one, baby.
you have one action left, which I presume is to shoot the man.
Yeah.
And that will be the attack number 2.
Let's see. You rolled deception. You're being a little sneaky baby. I'm not here. I'm a wall. I'm a wallflower. Not a critical hit, but definitely still a solid blow of a marvelous 14. You know what the bodyguard's gonna do? He's gonna do the smart thing, and he's gonna go to the door, open it up, and just go get some help. Yoshk, you hear footsteps echoing.
Okay. So I probably didn't notice that that guy was running. I'll probably just go in first. Then go over here and see something.
You take a look
See
around.
that guy, or is the door closed?
The door's open, but
So
due to
do I
the
see-
geometry, you don't actually. You probably see like the tail end of him running through.
Okay. So I probably didn't notice him running away, I guess.
I mean, you hear him running away. He's still actively in the
Yes.
process.
Wait a second, did I move my... I can still step... can still move 1 square more. Be able to see him from the... Nope.
No, you can't see him. You do not have line of sight.
Yeah. Since he's gonna probably come back with other people, I'm gonna wait for him at this door. So if he comes to this door again, ambush him. Probably more like
Yes, Marv. You know, you do sound like someone who got like 2 hours of sleep.
yeah, I did.
Don't die, Grimbo.
You fool.
This guy can go out of initiative. Someone peeks through the door. Sees someone like fall into the pit, and hears that. Sorry. This cabbage stole your kill.
Yo.
You see him running away with reckless abandon as the guy.
Okay. I think I should be able to have line of sight from there, maybe. So, using 2 of my actions to get over here. Can I pull out my bow and shoot in one action?
Do you have quick draw?
Not without quick draw.
Right.
Exactly.
You need a perk for that.
Right. That does sound like it makes more sense. Alright, I'll also take position on the other side of the door.
You take position beside the door. Blart. You hear the feet of a man running away. He's beating it.
Yeah.
What was it called? There was a cool term they used the word beat for someone making a runaway.
Alas, it is like just out of my reach. And besides, I wouldn't know where to chase.
Careful around those holes, though. Might
Yeah.
just trip over the grates.
Well, I guess I stride in, examine the situation, see that everyone's lining up on this wall. So I'll do the same.
Stillwater, who we're going to call Crop Top, because they're a crop on top. Stillwater's doing the newies. That's one action. Tiny babies going for it.
And I'll guess I'll ready a shot for my bow for anyone that comes in the room.
With great speed, you hear his feet clatter against the stone floor of this strangely elaborate temple. Then you hear a door slam open. And then you hear the obvious words of someone telling his friends, Hey, we have a problem. We need to solve that problem. Did you know? Pulling more people into initiative. Starting with this man. Ooh, there's another person too. No, wait, these people are busy with, like, fancy rituals. Who knew some people are busy with rituals in a temple? Who would have thunk? Would you have thought so? This guy was just idly standing by. What a lazy man. He's probably slightly annoyed that he has to get up now. And then there's one more fine fellow who'll be using a quite unusual... Oh, no, wait, whoops. There we go. Marvelous. And now we sort them again. And we go to him. Do you have bless? It's a good time to throw out a bless. Let's throw out a bless. They take up a more advantageous position. And invite him in. Yoshk. There's a whole bunch of spellcasting and, like, people getting ready noise coming from down below as individuals are being marshaled into action. A quick peek will reveal that the bodyguard looks like he's going to get some more people. He's going to stir up this beehive best he can. Because, you know, you shot his friend in one go. He's absolutely terrified of how much force he's going to need to take you down.
He's terrified of the cabbage, I guess.
Justifiably, because I am very scary.
Gonna move out of the door and throw a flame. Because I like to throw flames at people.
You jump out. See him stand there, declaring himself. And they throw a fireball right in his back. Whoosh.
Woof.
The small ball swooshes through the air. By the way, can you still use Produce Flame as like a little light source? Or did I get rid of that?
I don't think so. Because it has no light tag.
I mean, to be fair, it was kind of weird. The Produce Flame was basically a light and an attack cantrip in one, but
I mean, you can light something with it.
I think it was actually a spell, not a cantrip in the previous versions, though, so it made sense that it would do both.
You have a torch or something like that.
Yeah, Produce Flame used to be a proper spell. Okay.
Yeah.
And it does a little more damage if you're a good caster. How cute. I always giggle at the old Pathfinder spells that are like 1d6 plus 1 level per caster level. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. No one's going to care. But it's there. Marvelous. You throw a fireball at his back. Oh, goodness. He has exactly 11 hit points.
Magnificent.
So he delivers his message and then he's like, scream.
And you watch the man crumple to the floor.
His final message is, I'm burning.
His final message is, ooh, fire hot.
Ooh, that's hot.
Oh, no, I want reveal. You know, reveal.
Is it happening again?
Yes.
Reveal tool.
It's not revealing things if it hides them. The funny thing is I can see this when I start to highlight because if it's doing the okay, just in general the reveal tool is being very 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 frustrating to use. It's the one menu item that doesn't do what it needs to. Marvelous, Josh. You've delivered a finishing blow to this fine gentleman. There's a person in the closet who's just gonna stay out of this. Sounds like a whole bunch of hoopla over there. Asaru.
Hmm. Right. Using 2 actions to get. Oh, right, I can't do that here. Get over here. Gonna press myself against the wall here. Oh yeah, drop my torch again.
Could you? Man, there's a light source inside. These people do not have dark vision. They need their own light, so don't worry about it.
Okay. And
Peeking outside the room, you see a collection of people who were a second ago chanting. Like you see them break off their chanting and do what they do in their combat turn. There's a large circle in the middle, and there's a desk just strewn with hundreds of duplicates of the same diagram, but slightly altered and slight changes to the rituals and stuff. They're clearly trying to refine something, and you interrupted, and they're a little annoyed that they have to get away from their work to deal with you.
good. So yeah, I use 2 actions to get here, and then prepare an action to whack the first person to go through that door.
Preparing is 2 actions, isn't it?
Readying is 2 actions, yes. That's the cost.
And in that case, I'll just kind of stand here and prepare the use and reaction.
Which I kind of like, because, okay, this guy is going to assume that you do not have reach, since he can't really see you and your loadout. If you have reach, he's casting a spell. If you don't have reach, he's casting a spell.
Well, no.
It's still touch spell because I think they fixed that part. I really liked, and it's one of those things you don't know about until you figure it out. But in first edition, you could hold on a touch spell. I think stayed in your hand forever. You could cast it and then walk up to someone and slap him. And I really like the idea of someone just holds on to a shocking touch all day, just in case. But this guy,
It's like one of those joy buzzers.
this
that
guy
you shake
throws
people's hand with.
a lance of evil at Josk. Josk, are you a good person?
I think so.
Are you
Oh,
of
no,
good
I'm
alignment?
just neutral.
In that case, you are blasted with a wave of evil. But since you are not aligned with any of the good deities, it just kind of goes.
What? Even
So
is
you can
evil?
only take alignment damage of the opposite alignment.
What's the opposite of true neutral?
So the benefit of being true neutral is the downside is you can't cast any alignment spells. The upside is you're not affected by any alignment spells.
Cool.
Yeah, I really like that. That's one of those cool things that you're like, hey, that's neat that comes out of nowhere.
That's flavor.
That's what I call sugar for on top of my creamy pie. I still don't know why cheesecake exists. It baffles my mind.
I love
It's
cheesecake.
cake, but it's cheese.
This fine mage sees his friend cast spells and is just going to move aside a bit. He sees a lizard quickly run over to the doorway. He doesn't know what to do, but he does have this fun spell that sets him up for future endeavors. Abracadabra, abracazoo. A reflex save from you, Asaru. A ball of fire is manifested into the air through an incantation and blasts. Oh no! You take critical damage of 14
Oof.
as a fireball whooshes upon your head.
Ah,
Man, that is what a time to roll. The mage is reassured in his magical prowess. Blur.
11.
Alright, so I stride, and then I charge.
Oh gosh. They are
By charging, I can hit the mage.
they are absolutely baffled as this man heroically charges in and heaves his weapon at a mage mid-cast. Oh God, I shouldn't have to tell you that's a critical on the spellcaster. Clunk.
Bonk.
Though he dodges it, he feels the sweat on his brow, the racing of his heart, as your weapon crashes and practically shatters the tiles upon the floor. Ooh. Stillwater. What a noise to hear in the middle of a combat is suddenly just the floor exploding. At least you'll hear that towards the end of your turn, but for now it's the beginning of your turn.
Can I hear the person rustling about in the closet?
You probably heard the door open and close, and you saw your friends rush off. You probably didn't think too much of it at the time, but now you're like, wait, there's someone still in there. You'd know. Turns
I
out
want to deal with that now or later.
I mean, who knows? You can always ask them if they're gonna join the fight or not. Be like, hey, are you gonna fight us, and then judge accordingly.
Could. Yeah. I'm just gonna pop over here and open the door and kind of ask them, like, hey, are you gonna be involved, or can we just kind of write this off?
Can I first just say, Griff, is that you right now? Also, how are you pouring so well and you're shaking like a jackhammer?
That's his 100 coffee, so yeah.
Coffee gives you the power to overcome your own coffee.
This was a funny episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have $100. What should I do with it?
The person
I'm
behind the
doing
door,
100 coffees.
the person behind the door, Stillwater, politely informs you they have no idea what you're talking about. There's no violence here. There's no problem.
Well, okay. Probably in your best interest to, chill out for a bit. Things are gonna get messy. Have a nice day. Then I'm gonna go back into the combat sphere. In range, but I don't know if that's line of sight. Definitely not on those guys. But, I think I'll just send this bit to hide instead of.
Maybe just barely, like.
Yeah, I
probably
think
have something.
corner to
You
corner.
can
it
see
would
that you
work.
can see him, but he has some minor cover. Basically, gets a +2 to his armor class, but you can still hit him.
I think I'm just gonna spare. I don't think I can hide here. It's a hallway. Yeah, I'll just. For a long shot. No.
So I guess you can't hide behind larger creatures nowadays.
You can.
Yeah.
Like,
I probably could've
if you're the
hidden
same size, you get the screening bonus of 1. If they're bigger than you, you can take 2, but only if they're friendly, because, it's kind of hard to hide behind something where you're, like, between the legs.
Yeah.
Well, that's what. Be careful that you don't shoot Yosk in the ankle there, Buckaroo, because she's getting real close. There's a ruffian in the room. A
Better
ragamuffin.
get rough.
Let's see. I always need to remind myself these fine fellows can do. He's like, oh hey, some action that isn't boring spellcasting, and with a big meaty grin of a man who's been waiting for this all day for something to do that involves his skill set instead of their skill set. Let's see. When the ruffian deals damage on a critical hit, okay, snag and strike. He has a hand free and is going to employ his snagging strike. Not that it matters too much, but And then he goes for a clunkening. Clunk. That is a 26.
Well, yeah, that hits.
You are also flanked, so you take an extra 1d6 as a result of this.
Okay.
And because he's a vindictive little boy, he's gonna look you right in the eye, or he tries to intimidate you as he swings nearby. He's like, you are not impressed. Bye.
And my DC is what, 17?
Yes, it's will DC. Oh, by the way, he does have a +1 to attack rolls as a result of being very close to a person who is baby blessing the whole place. So the Prophet's first action will be to expand that radius. Let me just put it on the map so people can see it. Baboom.
Yeah.
All of their allies are currently affected by baby bliss. How much of a spellcast? How much of a? Well, I mean, you just charged in here. They don't want to be near you regardless of the circumstance, but they kind of need to stay here to help out. So they're just gonna use this weapon they have. It looks like a staff, but with an action. They detach the head and use it as a flail. You're flat-footed
Ooh.
against this, which means it just hits by 1, 2
Yeah.
actually. Boink. They don't have any special abilities. It's just the 6. Yoshk,
Dink donk.
I need to put down a fireball for that fireball that guy made.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Because I have the same spell with my Staff of Fire.
Oh my god, 100 coffees.
Yes.
Eventually gets so much caffeine that he can move faster than time.
So yeah, exactly. That was the final scene. So the prophet is that guy, right?
Oh yes, that's the person who bliss emanates from.
So I'm gonna walk up to here and throw a flame at the prophet. Oh, wait a second, I also have another cantrip. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna throw an
Yes.
electric arc at the prophet, and that should leap also to the buff.
Oh heck, you're electric arcing 2 people, Ruffian and Prophet, are zippity zapped as you create an electric spark between the 2 of them. Ruffian, show me your finest reflex save. Ah, fine it is, but it's not enough. Prophet, who's holding onto a flail from which the spark comes and jolts down their arm. Does it hurt you?
By the way, shouldn't this also add your spellcasting ability modifier?
What's
What?
your
Yes.
So what is your spellcasting modifier, good sir?
So that's 11 damage, right?
My spellcasting modifier is like 4.
Okay, so it's 5 for them and 11 for the ruffian, who feels his resolve drain as a quick jolt jumps between the what is he wearing for armor? Let's see.
Thanks,
Studded
Mina,
leather.
I'm
So yes,
gonna
there's a bunch of
fix that.
zaps between all the studs. Sorrow. Time to get in there and sweep, as it were.
Yep. Sweep the leg.
Or the body.
Hmm. Going for the wizard-looking guy. Tend to be the more dangerous of anyone in the room.
You smush yourself in between. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I'm a fighter. Supposed to be in the middle of things. So for the mage.
Ooh, the mage. Well, lucky him. That's 1 away from a crit.
Well, let's see if
That finishes him off, though.
sneak and snack.
The first swing gets him staggered back, and the second swing leaves a cut so deep he falls down in shock. This cultist must test his resolve. No, is he injured? He's not
No more
injured.
fireballs.
Okay, in that case, he's fine. Only if he was hurt would he actually need to steal his resolve. I really should have done this all differently. Chill Touch is a fantastic spell, but it has a somatic component that I have to deal with all these, people who have attacks of opportunity all over the place. Seeing his ally die, he whips himself into a fanatical frenzy. Do not forget all these fine strikes have a +1, my good Asaru. He jumps at you fiercely.
Yep, that hits.
And don't forget, it does an extra 2 damage.
Yeah, so it's
By the way, the +1
8.
from his rage does not stack with Bless, but the damage is still nice. Blark, you're not S-surrounded, but you're still being snagged and held flat-footed.
Yeah. Guess I will What do I do? Wait, whoever hit the cultist?
Nobody hit the cultist. This guy has gone completely unhit so far.
Doesn't that mean he can't frenzy?
Oh, he hasn't taken damage. All right, then take away those 2 damage. He's clear-headed. I'm sorry. The fact that the trigger information isn't bolded makes it easy to skip out on.
Yeah. Anyway, guess I'll try to put the ruffian on the ground.
Oh boy. Let's see. This is against his reflex, isn't it? He goes down.
Yeah.
In fact, it doesn't matter what that targets. It would have made him go down. He's on the ground.
And then I'll try to actually hit him.
MAP of 2. Whoa. Well, if it wasn't... Since he's on the ground, that's a solid 8. As he is whipped with your weapon.
Right. And then I'll hold my shield up because I'm kinda in the middle of a fight.
Yes, Stillwater. Oh wait, that Flaming Sphere probably... Well, it just sticks around, it doesn't do anything. The magic will eventually fade. Unless he has to sustain it to keep it alive, I'll look that up. How about you tell me what you're doing, Stillwater?
Icy Fireball scary.
Doesn't seem to be doing anything, though. Just kind of sits
Icy
there.
Fireball scary.
It's
I'm
waiting
gonna
for you to
sell
come
it.
closer.
Ah.
It's not icy.
Okay, no, it vanishes. It vanishes when he dies because no one is sustaining it.
Okay.
Awkwardly sliding into the room.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I mean, you're small enough that you can fit, despite the thick walls.
Skedaddle, skadoodle into the room.
You're behind the bless.
Then, because I'm flanking with Blart, I can give them the good stabby.
Oh heck, that's a solid 16. The Prophet's resolve is waning.
Big stabby.
Just to say. Ooh. They are whipped into a panic. The ruffian will try to get up. I think there are 2 boys adjacent who would like to say something about that.
Yep.
That's the only clonk I need.
Stay down.
Yes, he does.
Idiot.
You hit it with such reckless abandon. That's all he can do is stay down. Don't you restrict the NPC agencies. It's holy. The Prophet will also provoke, as it were, as they intend to go out in a blaze of glory by casting harm.
Yeah, I'll slap that.
Go ahead and slappy dappy. Don't forget, if you score a critical hit, you also interrupt the attack. Okay, that actually just knocks him out. It kills him.
Yeah,
to be
he's
specific.
slow, so I interrupted anyway.
Yes. Oh, wait. Excuse me. Yoshk. There's one person left, and they might beat it, as it were. Beat retreat.
That's not good. I'm gonna get in and claw him twice. Oh no, I'm gonna actually fang him once and then claw him.
You go for a solid little nibble on him. Yeah,
Nice.
but your claws find no purchase.
Just a taste.
This little breakfast taste.
Asaru. He looks like he's gonna make a hasty retreat if given the chance. You see him
Yeah.
like make that beckon me telegraph as he seems to go for this door. Oh heck, that's a crit. Although even without the crit, that would have done it. And he too topples to the ground, and their spilt blood messes up the magic circle they have drawn upon the ground. No appreciation for art indeed.
Yeah, it was just an upward swing.
As the sound and scuffle settles, the smell of fizzle in the air from both you being scorched and the guys getting zapped. You are left to the defiled chamber of some kind of ritual, which, as I mentioned, contained a variety of exciting scrolls and paper, all filled with diagrams slightly altered, as if to find the perfect attunement. Oh my god, who is... Oh. Oh, that's nice. I can click your thing and it tells me that it's from a server that's either private or unavailable.
Yeah. This emoji is from Discord House.
Yep. Discord House.
Is that Talkhouse but for Discord?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the official Talkhouse Discord.
Well, I'm not on Talkhouse. I don't belong there. Forums,
It's
what
also-
are they?
Who
I'm
uses forums
That's so
anymore?
2000.
And like,
barely there.
I bet you have custom roles and everything. How many posts did you make to become Flower Power, huh? Huh?
All of them.
Gosh.
Rituals.
So you said something that they were doing some kind of ritual
Yes.
in here.
Do you think you have the training to figure out what that ritual is? Is that what you're trying to ask?
Yeah. Do I have some kind of in check or something like that?
Go ahead.
sure is a lot of paper.
I'm gonna take a look at your stat sheet and see what most likely can puzzle this together, because there's a lot of ways to analyze a situation.
I mean, either I would use nature or religion, I guess.
Religion is appropriate in this context, yes.
Okay, then I'm
Nature
gonna
is
use...
definitely not.
Why not? I can't imagine.
What a tree.
know-
Yeah, no, I have no idea.
By the way, I saw a guy who handled knowledge checks in quite an interesting way, which is, what knowledge do you think is appropriate, and depending on which one you're using, you either can't, or, it's like, what kind of angle would you approach this from first, and how does that deadlock your brain?
Okay, yeah.
It's just-
probably religion.
I
then.
might use in a future game, because it sounds like a fun way to handle it, because it distresses my part of figuring it out. It's like, no, what do you think? All right, kids. You're not too sure. Considering your level, I need to just quickly check up and see what kind of things you have access to, because you might be able to know a few things.
That's a lot of
I mean-
squiggles on the walls.
It might be like a summon and bind circle, but you're not sure what it's supposed to summon. But it clearly is going to conjure a creature in a more permanent fashion than the average summoning spell, which just makes them appear for a minute. Maybe they just want a friend for their poker nights.
Probably an elemental of some kind, knowing these guys.
Yeah, maybe. So, we opened some doors, more doors are left. So, what is next door we are tackling?
I guess I will, rummage through their pockets.
Ah, yes, maybe you find some health potion.
Let's see if any of these guys are carrying anything too exciting.
Need that healing fizz.
I mean, the prophet guy had a fancy staff flail thing.
Yes. The prophet has this gilded. It's not made of real gold in any way, shape, or form, but it's this long staff, and if you twist to the head, it either is stuck and looks like a staff, or it becomes a flail.
That's kind of cool.
That
Neat.
is kind of neat. But it's not in any special way magical. And they also don't seem to carry any healing items on them. They're kind of deep in the temple. So, why would they carry healing potions with them?
They probably weren't super expecting
For
combat.
some intruders, of course.
The prophet, however, was carrying a protection from evil potion. It's basically casts protection on you, but specifically for evil. That's a +1 status bonus to armor class and saving throws against creatures of the chosen alignment. It increases to +3 if they were to attempt to control you, or against summoned creatures of the chosen alignment.
Given everyone here seems to be evil, that's kind of handy.
Hmm.
Yes. Perhaps.
I'll be back in 1 second.
Oh yes, they had a potion to protect them from themselves. Very nice.
Guess I'm drinking one of the previously gotten lesser healing potions.
By the way, I love that Bender taking a picture gif. That is
It's
so
French.
me. With my neat deets.
So
Alright.
Alright. Over from this room comes weird grinding noises.
This room?
Yes, from this door comes weird grinding noises, Sasaru. Sort of resembling gears and chains moving around.
Maybe.
Sort of resembling an MMO.
Yeah. I'll take a peek.
You see about 10 people constantly killing respawning boars. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. I mean to say, you see, it's mostly an empty room, other than a couple of boxes which are filled with axles and gears and stuff. And a large, it's a pillar, but someone opened it up, sort of like a grandfather clock. And it's probably, maybe they did something to it, but they didn't close the cabinet when they were done. A door to the east is open.
Something's grinding their gears.
Well, what's going to grind your gears is this very weird smell that hangs in the air. Of like tallow, grease, lubricant.
smelly smell.
It's a smelly smell. It
Oh,
smells of
It smells. It
smelliness.
smells.
Smelly smell that smells smelly.
Does the thing look broken, or is that just the noise it makes?
How good are you at machines and mechanics? Do you have good lore engineering?
Nope, I have Law Swamp. I'm proud of it.
Then the best you can figure out that if it's moving and isn't like broken, it's probably not broken.
Mm.
If the wheel turns, it's not broken, even if it's missing all of its spokes.
Maybe it should be broken.
Well, I was kind of considering tossing the oil of mending we found into it.
Still water.
Who knows what that would do?
Mm.
I was thinking more jamming something in there and hoping to break it. I don't know what it is or what it does, but it's here in the evil town, so it can't be doing anything good.
So with what would you jam it?
Good point.
I don't know, that guy's staff?
Hmm.
I was thinking about a body, but that works too.
It's kind of gross.
It's recycling. It's good for nature.
Now, if you were
That's
Gordon
true.
Freeman, you know that you would climb into this machine and see where it goes.
Probably into
Freeman
He
a-
does
never
that a
says
lot
some
in Black
kind
Mesa
of
for some reason.
quick saves.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
climb
I-
into vents.
No, not vents. He straight up just goes into random machinery. It's like, Freeman, just learn how to pick locks.
He got his doctorate through vent climbing.
Like, the expanded Zen section is so much. Gordon, that's not for people. Get out of there. Gordon, the machine
Talking
is
about
complaining you're in there. Why are you in there?
Talking
part
about
rat.
vans, Gordon would be the perfect imposter for Among Us. All the vans.
Anyway, you are standing in front of some chains that go up and down, and further up and down are gears.
Hmm.
Its purpose is arcane to you.
Well, if you want to jam this thing,
I think maybe we should, look around a bit more and figure out maybe what it's doing before we break it. That's the sane part of my brain telling me to not be dumb.
Could just
fine.
not kill the next person we find and then question them about the machinery.
Hmm. Isn't there someone? Thought I saw someone that we didn't beat up.
Yeah, we didn't beat up that dancer in the cupboard.
Yeah. Maybe just blood and that's how we should go to them and do the bad cop, good cop thing.
Well, it's been a while. Who knows
Or we
if they
just
went
open
there anymore.
another door.
What about this door? Any obvious noises coming through it.
Marvelous. You take a look inside. This room is muddy and... Oh, God dang it. This room is muddy and smelly. Several heaps of leaves have been put in the corners. Whoever lives here has no concern for cleaning up the place and keeps tracking mud around. Imagine that for like 10 years and you got the layer of mud that this room has, and the smelliness and the moss growing on the walls.
Oh, well,
Ray.
this looks nice. It's
It
much
does
like
have that
home.
swampy feel.
Hmm. Well, somebody knows how to live.
Reminds you of home.
Yep.
Smelly.
I guess there's nothing more here. Like, what kind of summoning circle is this? Is it like carved into the floor or painted or?
It's drawn into the floor with chalk and salt and stuff.
Okay. I just drag one of the bodies through it. Just
Can you roll me a D100 for mishaps?
ooh.
The
As you just-
shenanigans dice.
As you decide to take this circle and just kind of cause some havoc with it. Okay, cool.
Meanwhile, Yosh is
Um,
having a good time.
I need to, you know what? How about we roll on that 10,000 magic effects table? See what happens.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Give me a D 10,000, good sir. Let's just see what happens when you randomly decide that it's a good idea to just mess with a circle.
You summon a demon prince. GG.
You interrupted the ritual. You caused a bunch of funk. If the effect is
It's-
non-applicable, nothing happens. But here we
The
go.
hard-
770.
Let me take a look at 877. Here we go.
Oh,
All within
hard.
50 miles think that a deity is in their midst. I mean, to be fair, a lot of people already thought that around here, so not much changes for them. But for you, you get that feeling.
I always
boy.
knew Isava was a ghost.
Oh boy.
I mean, he does swing that weapon
The
like a
hell
god
did
of
you
war.
do?
I don't know. I just wipe the circle here. Maybe I shouldn't have.
This is why you don't mess with summoning shit.
Uh,
So that is the power of media. Now we think there's a god among us.
I feel like someone's staring at me.
I see.
I mean, gods don't stare at people, they stare straight through them. They can see your underpants. In London and France.
Oh no.
Those are private.
Hey, look, there's another door. Let's open it.
The door over there has some...
Yeah, so distract ourselves.
It has some fanciful iconography. Do you open
Like?
it? It has
What
fanciful
kind?
iconography of creatures in flight.
Hmm.
Step back.
Hmm. Any of you good at checking for traps?
I mean, I guess I can try.
Give it a go,
Why
baby
should
blue.
there be a trap there?
Is that perception or?
What is it with traps? Because I haven't really used them all that much. I know that when you get fancy with hazards, the rules change. It's like baby level 0 hazards anyone can do, but above that, level
Aren't
based
they
DC.
three-way or something like that?
Oh,
Boop 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 boop. Okay, let's see. Triggering a hazard. Detecting a hazard. During exploration, while you're taking precautions here, roll a secret perception check. Well, we're not doing those right now, so it's just going to be a perception check against the hazard's stealth DC. All right, roll me some perception.
okay.
A secret one.
No, we're not doing secret
No.
ones here. Let's see. Oh, whoops. That's me being dummy. Shrinking the window.
Dummy.
Let's see. How much do your eyes tell you? You don't see any traps, but the mosaic is quite nice and elaborate and finely carved. The relief, sorry. It's relief.
Looks safe enough.
Alright. Well, if you say so. Open the door.
You find yourself, oh god dang it. Every single time. You find yourself in a large room with several pillars that swirl like whirlwinds toward each other. On it, the carvings of flying dragons. The
Oh, my
chamber's
beautiful
elaborateness is
house.
punctuated by the presence of demons upon the walls, performing a variety of strange rituals. Everything within the room weighs about half as much as normal. This property vanishes when something leaves the room.
Hmm.
So if
Oh,
you
no,
want to
some
lose weight,
magic
here's where to
there.
do it.
Need that in real life.
I mean, you lose weight, but you don't lose mass.
Is it swirling around?
Yes, not actively, more like the patterns and stylings.
Ah. Ooh. Step in the room. Feel all the light.
You feel oddly light, yes. Everything you carry suddenly seems to jostle around a lot more since it's so light
Hmm.
and breezy. The air resistance is unchanged.
Bouncing along. Oh.
Up ahead are 3 doors, closely knit together. In reality, well, the map represents as 3 doors. It is one large door with like those 2 small side doors you see in churches sometimes,
Ah.
like doors within doors.
Okay.
If only it had one more smaller door, which was like a peephole.
Right. Seems like we're getting somewhere important now. Hearing anything beyond these triple
A
doors?
slight breeze.
Oh.
And some distant mutterings. They echo quite nicely.
Not the room where they keep all the wind.
Ah, yes, the wind room.
Against all the wind.
Want to give it a swing?
I'll go through one of the side doors.
Aww, why must you be such a killjoy? You find yourself in a large room that opens up even wider, but when it does, you are presented with a large carved dragon.
Ooh.
This large figure clearly does not resemble one of the refined metallic ones, but the fiercer, more brutish, chromatic ones. Its large mouth faces towards you, and underneath it is a small, it stands in a certain way, and someone left walls behind so that a building could be put underneath it. Additionally, the hallway opens up into a series of alcoves.
Freaking dragon facing towards us. This sounds like a trap to me.
I mean, it's rather imposing to suddenly come face to face with something so big and impressive. Why do you have an umbrella? I mean, that could actually be quite useful.
Because it could rain today, but no, it's just a small breeze.
Eeyore, is that a ring of featherfall?
Yes. That's how it works in Kirby.
Works in Kirby. Man, why does Kirby have the good songs?
Because it
Kirby
is the good games.
Because Kirby is a little baby. He's a little marshmallow boy. Well, you are presented with a large hallway. How do you wish to act upon it?
Approach carefully along the wall here. Look, keeping a very careful eye on that dragon. Because if it shows any sign of doing anything weird, I'm diving for cover.
Clearly, that dragon statue is the
Well,
god among
so
them.
far nothing seems to blow you to pieces. Ain't that nice?
Waiting till Sari gets across the room.
Don't worry, I'll tell you when you get destroyed. I will not let that chance escape you. Is everyone else gonna move along with him, or just gonna watch him vanish into the sunset?
Just
Right.
letting him scout out ahead so I don't immediately die.
I imagine Josh goes through the smaller doors like a weenie. With Blart.
Yes.
Alright. Fine.
'Cause I'm a
Killjoys.
weenie.
As I mentioned, this is a large dragon hallway. It's impressive looking and fills you with a sense of awe, if only for the fine craftsmanship that is necessary to make something this big and not fuck it up. Like, don't forget, this thing is made out of the environment. If you fuck this up, you don't get a second. You don't get do-overs, unless you have a really good wizard with you, and that wizard will probably be laughing his ass off the whole way through, going, "You can't believe you fucked
Let's
it up.
just use earth mold, you stupid.
Oh, you need stone shape. I thought you were the best craftsman on your world. I know you need me to cast you some stone shape. Oh,
That's
Why
how
you
I
don't work
imagine.
with wizards? You're all jerks.
Okay, that Kirby with the umbrella is too much. Or parasol. It's technically a parasol, which are not watertight.
Teeny
Kirby, what are you doing with your life?
Maybe it's a
I def-
parapluie.
Anyway, Asara, you see a man. This is a small, like, imagine a rectangle hemisphere on top. It's the most basic doorway you can imagine. And there's a man standing in it, and he's looking that away. But you can see him before he sees you. He doesn't immediately, like, stand at attention or pretend to notice you.
I forgot what the star-shaped things mean.
Those are statues.
Ah, yes.
The room he's in has a
He
constant
means
sound of
what?
dripping and trickling, as a small font is filled with water.
Ooh.
I point the bodyguard to Stillwater.
Oh.
Ooh.
Still hasn't noticed us.
Not a practice target. Gee.
Give him a stabby, but that would probably raise the alarm.
What they
He doesn't have a heart rate monitor like they do in Invisible Ink. This is way too futuristic, you're thinking here.
Okay. Just peek around the corner and stab him in.
Aha, I lied, he does have a heart rate monitor, and all alarms go on, and the lasers turn on.
Oh no! My hubris.
Also, for some reason, the fire system goes off, because, you know, software ain't quite what it used to be. Anyway, give him the old stabbing
everyone
between...
get-
Get him right
everyone
between
gets
the
a
ankles.
practice
Get him
at
right
that
between
point.
the ankles.
Eh.
You are unfortunately reminded that between the ankles is dead space. Anyway, roll me another D6 for your precision damage. You rolled a crit. That was all
Okay.
muscle, 0 precision.
Clover and tie.
It's more like you tried to stab him between the ankles, ran in between, he trips himself up, than that you actually stab him properly. But that does hurt. However, he's still alive. That's what you get when you roll this many ones on damage. Oh man,
Saru, help.
that's just, oh come on, man. That just feels sad. That's just like every damage roll is a 1 on that critical. I just want to punch this damage roll for being so rude. Does that lady have a parasol that's also a sniper rifle? Does it shoot the clouds when she uses it as a parasol? Take that, Wither. Anyway, combat starts as they decide they have had enough of your presence. It will not be tolerated. Which is to say, this guy says, "Oi!" And everyone else knows that when someone yells, "Oi," that's bad news, bears. Initiative, and the other two. Also, you get to go. Oh, whoops! I deleted someone from the initiative, and I'm just gonna just add yourself again because I'm being stupid here, and I need to clear the thing. I should probably just make it a habit of doing that at the end of combat because it's mobby every time.
Just roll.
I like that cat fits in a slipper. But on the other hand, I don't know if that's a place for a cat.
All place is place for cat.
Cat planet, cat planet. I think everyone's on here. Marvelous. Ties go to the adversary. Don't forget that. Oh wait, sorry, your initiative is 22, but you were 26. Oh no, wait. Yeah, you were at it beforehand. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled 22.
Please sort the sheet. Okay. the guy up north, since they're all bodyguards, since they're all guards here, they're on alert. They're not slacking off and are suddenly caught off guard by this. He takes a peek around the corner first and foremost. That's his first action, just to take a peek around the corner, during which he immediately sees like two very like sneaky people sneaking around, sneaky like.
Oh no. My sneakiness.
Oh no, sneaky people. I hate those sneaky sneaks.
He immediately positions himself in a more forward position and raises up his shield. This archer decides to peek around his corner just to make sure that their flanks are safe. Noticing that they are not safe, he requests some gosh darn reinforcements. While staying mostly in cover, he still has two actions, and he's going to use that on one nice blurt shot.
Nice.
Nice. An arrow clashes and cracks against the wall next to you, Blurt. You are under heavy fire. This man is, well, you know, he's had enough of you. He goes over here and raises his shield, taking up the formation they are trained to take. This sentry stays mostly in cover, but you know, he can both actually take cover, as in take the action to take cover, and he can shoot his little arrow bow at Stillwater. Stillwater, how does Salad feel about a fork? I bet it's not good! He hits, but he has volley. So he misses.
The miss.
Sorry.
Right then. Longbow probably not the best choice for this kind of environment, actually.
Hey, if they back off a little bit. Sarah moves up.
Sarah moves up. Two actions. Yeah,
Make the most of them.
gonna use those two actions to make a power attack on this guy.
Oh God. Oh dear
Big
Jesus. That's almost twice his maximum hit points, dude.
Oh,
That's power attack, baby.
If we were playing Ironclaw, that's like overkill plus, and everyone nearby is terrified and wants to run away and go home now. As this man, as you partially bisect him, and it takes a bit of work to get your weapon back out, which honestly just makes it sound and look all the worse. Did you know it's very easy to get your weapon stuck in someone if you actually get grip on them? It's really annoying how sticky flesh is.
yeah.
Somebody is talking about has experience in this, I think.
Listen, I just have experience cutting chicken meat.
Ooh.
Now imagine there's
Yeah.
cloves and bone in there.
Yeah, get that blade stuck in the bone somewhere.
This has no gameplay effect. I'm just saying that that's what it looks like to him as he watches you sort of grind a little extra out. You have one action left, good sir.
No, power attack is two actions.
Oh dear God! Oh, I was a little nervous that you got a critical 46 on a normal attack, but yes, it's power attack, so it's a little better. Stillwater.
That's me.
Oi, boy, are they starting to feel like they might be betting on the wrong horse today.
Gonna hop over the two halves of the bodyguard.
Well, he's still one person. He's just not quite as cohesive as he used to be.
Against the sentry, I'm going to feint. Oh, jeez, that's a crit.
Yeah, he's just flat-footed.
And stabby them.
Get him right in the spleen. Oh, I mean, that's a really nice critical, but
Yeah. It's never a nice critical when it is a critical.
if you'd gotten that on the guard, you would have taken him out with him. Oh. But it's still a solid blow, and he's flat-footed until I think the start or end of your next turn. Let's just verify that real fast. I know that he's just... It's okay, let's see. I love that your feint can backfire if you crit fail. It's flat-footed against melee attacks that you attempt against it until the end of your next turn. So yes, next turn you just have that too. If you need it, unless Saru just goes for it. Yoshk. An arrow snaps near Blart with tremendous force.
I'm gonna run up to the bodyguard and bite him.
His shield catches your blow. Ha!
And I'm gonna try to claw him.
Unfortunately, his shield does not catch that blow. Oh! It's only 5 though. He can take that. Blurt. The sentry looks like he's gonna start booking it. Like you can sort of see his turn start up as he moves away so that he can get volley out of the way. Because
Yeah.
volleys suck.
Well,
I mean, it makes sense. You can't really aim at something that just can't turn really quick around you.
Longbows are
I
a bit
can just-
stradious.
I can just charge in behind the bodyguard.
Oh heck.
My flanking plan worked.
And
Yep.
try to put the archer on the ground.
You sweep him right for the legs. That is for reflex, which is an exact hit. No!
And he's going down.
Alright.
Hmm?
Oh, since they charged, I can...
Charge is only for strikes.
Yeah, that's fair.
At least I think it is. Oh well, Mr. Sentry will try to. He needs to get up first, so he'll get up first. So, Mr. Attack of Opportunity, someone's moving near you. He's doing the wiggles.
Yeah, alright. Okay.
Well, lucky him. You know, he'll just scoot back a bit, seeing, I'm not afraid of no cabbage. Is that the best plan though? It really ain't. Yeet. He decides to scoot on over here, take a bit of cover, as it were, and still decides to fire his longbow. This is with a -2 at Blart. Bounces off your fine ornaments. His bodyguard's kind of squeezed in between, as it were. He'll scoot a loot around to the best of his ability, wanting not to get flanked too much. Raises his shield and tries to hit Blart on the noggin. Ooh, you little cabbage. The man darts by, uses his sentry aim, and goes for a pew right at the miss. Sorrow.
The bodyguard has actually a sap. That's kind of funny.
They gonna club you.
They just want you for
Yeah,
interrogation and ask you for questions.
Yeah. He's gonna beat us into submission.
Or they just want to ask you some questions while you're hanging from a spit roast, getting slowly cooked.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's
Ah, we're evil, and they twirl their mustaches.
Why would you roast a cabbage? It's like grilling salad.
Well then,
You don't do that.
well then, give him some cooking advice. How about you be
Okay.
part of the solution instead of part of the problem?
Please don't instruct them how best to kill and eat me.
alright. One action to get here, then two to try and smash this guy.
Oh, that hurts. Stillwater. He
Sorry,
he
painted
looks
all
he
day.
looks woozy as chunks of the wall hit him in his face. His
Guys,
guard is as low as it will get.
Over to here and attack the sentry first.
An idiot sandwich.
Actually, I'll take the sentry first. Miss.
What gets me is that Gordon Ramsay looks like such a different person when he's angry compared to when he's just nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's magical. Well, there he goes. You needed exactly 6.
Stab.
Has that for
Yosh.
precision.
Why is Stillwater stealing everyone's kills? The world will never
'Cause
know.
I'm the best.
Well,
They-
not this one.
I like the idea of them putting their hands in their little itty bitty hips and just shaking them, going, "I'm baby." Hey,
Ho. Hee ho ho.
they win. They win. Yosk, you do hear the sounds, however, of people complaining underneath the dragon. This is like the empty of their belly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, no, Ramsey, don't do it. You look so dumb.
He's so radical.
You were the idiot sandwich. Oh, that just reminds me of a terrible episode of MasterChef where a guy had done such a good job and his chicken was raw. And you could just smell everyone was gonna cry.
Mm.
Yosh, we're not here to talk about chicken being cooked. We're here to talk about the fact that you're standing around.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna walk up to here.
Yosh decides to take an advanced position. Okay, so that's 2 actions. You have 1 left.
And then, can I even see that guy over there? I don't think so. Nope. So, gonna raise my shield and
Bart.
no, too many arrows. I'm scared. Especially if there's a red one.
Blart decides to block off the enemy's escape route.
Yeah, something like that.
How handsome. The archer sentry steps away, breaking as much line of sight as possible before he starts to run backwards. Unfortunately, in the process, he both runs into and provokes from Blart as he tries to sprint past. Can you get him on his roundabout way?
Yeah, hopefully. No.
He jumps over you or ducks under your flail. It's your choice,
Yeah,
really.
that's almost exactly the same rolls.
This man. Oh, that's not even with the. Okay. Yeah. No. Wait. Yeah. I'm dumb. I keep forgetting. Attack opportunity does not go. Ah! This guy drops his longbow. He decides to go for the short sword because he realizes that you're not going to let him pass. Then fine, a fight you will get. Ha ha! Wow, that's a really good roll.
Have at you.
Ho ho!
Wow.
13. Welcome to the
We
club.
never see this coming.
Guy's in the wrong business.
Saru. You hear an archer strike a magnificent melee blow. He is indeed in the wrong business.
Mm.
That's like one of those anime cheek cuts, you know, where they get him on the cheek and he's like, ugh,
Oh no.
because for some reason,
One action.
and in anime, body language is replaced by grunting.
One action get here.
Grunting is also a kind of body language.
Easy in
Yeah, well,
anime.
Yeah, but it's like the only thing they do.
Flanking. So power.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
forgot that they also.
Listen, if someone told me that those grunts were all from like a sound effects box instead of actually being the people doing the grunts, I would not be surprised.
So a flanking power attack.
Yes, that's one hell of an option. Oh dear God, that's a 40.
Don't forget that they also scream out the name of their attacks.
Yeah, but that's just called being cool.
That's just called
Yeah.
being courteous. Let your
Just
enemy know what you're doing.
imagining a rogue screaming out.
Listen, the
Feint attack before doing his feint.
The animation budget
Yeah.
isn't big enough to actually show you telegraphing the attack, so you have to call it out.
Right. Well,
Or you have the ocean dub of Dragon Ball
decapitation.
where every technique is called Kamehameha.
Hey, Mr. Water of Stills.
Yeah.
Almost.
Have fun. Here, and then here, and stabby. Big stabby.
You didn't need that critical. You did not need that critical.
Always when I don't need it.
You get him in the ankle, in the hamstring, and he falls and ceases to move.
In anime, every attack of Stillwater would have a stab in it. Big stab. Quick stab. Precise stab.
Ultimate anti-leg stabby. You better not have skipped leg day stabby.
Stay the by your face, stab you.
Stillwater, you're presented. You are now able to fully observe and admire the hallway you are standing in front of. A large
Wow.
hallway that stretches on what seems forever.
Wow, hallway.
Wow.
Well,
Off in the distance, you can see several balconies stretching out. A set of stairs. A long circular chamber at the end, you think? And a small passage leading off to the side. Where do you think you should go?
Grimbo's Burberry.
Griff is having the burps. Burp.
Well, all of these locations look incredibly ominous.
that is a very long hallway. Well, nothing for it.
Start the long trek down the hallway.
Yeah.
The echo here is resplendent. Also, that small pool of water you're next to comes out of an unfortunate place of this dragon statue.
Oh,
Well, somebody
I
didn't.
suddenly have less admiration for this statue.
This is what happens when you don't have a planner. Well then, I don't think it matters too much. How about you admire these fine balconies?
Wow,
Oh.
balconies.
I don't know, like a lot of places have those pissing statues, so just a dragon version.
Yeah, I mean, I live next to the country that has one, yes. That has the famous one. So,
Yeah, that big one.
big as dickus.
Oh,
Are you sure you want to walk around in your injured state? Should you not perhaps wait until Yosk can provide you with some medical assistance first?
Yeah, maybe we should give Blot a pat on the head.
Like, Blart's pretty injured. Asaru got destroyed sometimes, so...
got through this one unscathed.
Surprisingly.
So some of the things that were close to what he rolled in the 10,000 is all within 50 yards. Forget everyone's name. That's 8709.
Now that's what I call shenanigans.
If he had rolled one more, he would have thought that all others nearby are lying. If he rolled one less, you would have gotten that everyone talks like 1930s movie gangsters.
Man, see?
Okay, one below that is 68 is have perfectly groomed hair. And
Oh.
and 72 would have been everyone is on fire. They think everyone's on fire. So I gotta say this table's got some zest on it. Anyway, we'll wait a moment for Griff to come back.
Not happy. Is the 10,000 result still the nearest star explodes?
Let's have a look see at this diagram. Oh, there's some simple. Okay. The 10,000 one says the stars are right. The 0000.
Oh. Okay. So they switch out from the immediate campaign into duel.
To hey, whatever this means, it's what it is. You can also, but result number 1 is 1d10 of your fingers turned to stone. So. Okay, this one I like. 2 is 1d100 bees swarm harmlessly around the caster for several weeks.
Oh yeah, bees.
I've got friends. I've got a friend.
That will be very
What a friend in me.
Sorry, I mean a friend in
Friendly
bees. Griffley and Blart is beat up. Everyone else could use a bit of a pick-me-up. Are you sure you want to travel on without making sure everyone is not one hit away from dying?
I mean, for this scenario, I suspiciously got this freaking great feat, so let's patch our body up and open the door, I guess.
Ding dong.
So, who needs healing?
Just
Lord.
Blot looks.
Yeah,
Really?
there we go. Yeah, that's. I actually could have specified that I would roll for 15 for more healing. Because I have plus 11, that's kind of big. But no, let's say I said for DC 10, so it always works.
DC.
2d8 then. Wow, that's basically nothing.
If you want a real heal blast, you get yourself a cleric. Because 2 action heal is hella powerful.
Yeah.
Could I still have a heal spell left? But yeah.
The 2 action version is like, if you have it at second level, it's like 16 plus 2d8. It's mad.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep that for combat, but let me quickly do another medicine check on Isao. Cause
A
can't throw
true
them out.
friend is someone who can make you laugh. What?
Going on with their hands.
Yeah, I know!
And 6 for Isao, and I'm gonna open the
Why
door.
is the pattern on his shirt
Be right
so
back.
misaligned? Alright. Ha! Bees. Alright. People are getting patched up a bit. Any other preparations you want to make before you consider yourself ready to move on? Or do you already consider yourself ready to move on?
I'm ready.
But are you ready?
Well, we have other healing potions. Do you want to drink a lesser or minor one, Blood?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Sure. Let's continue then.
Handsome.
There's
A large stairs. It goes up steeply, so you can't really see what's at the top of them. What you can make out is that it's a large vaulted area that is way taller than it has any right to be. The ceiling is covered in various exotic displays of cities you've never seen that don't even seem to make a lot of sense. Very vertical.
Huh. Looks tiring.
It's good for your legs, though.
Stairs are for lamos.
Okay.
Additionally, up there you hear the sounds of grumbling and of magic.
I mean, these people do a lot of grumbling.
All the magic.
Also, the tapping of a metal foot.
Should we go stop that, whatever they're doing?
Probably. Anytime anyone's been doing magic in this place, it's always ended up badly.
Yeah. So,
Time to go up the stairs.
You clamber your way up the stairs and meet an old friend who you bullied so long ago with a warg.
Griff.
Oh boy.
DFK, I think.
That's
Where is
fine.
he?
Well, wait a moment. In the meantime, I'll drag him up here.
Yeah.
Griff. Griff. Betty.
There's something going on there. Well, while we wait, I'm gonna go and check up on a thing. Be right
Okay.
back.
Everyone could take a minute. I'll take a minute.
Oh. Yeah, me too. Minute taking time.
Griff's back. You monster.
Yes.
Griff, you're going up a
So-
staircase.
Cool.
At the top is your old friend, who you should be taking out.
Oh
You're
no.
so close, but perhaps you are also so far.
We're pretty close to death, I think.
Belmore, however, is taking care of a thing. Wink.
What?
Wink. You
What?
know, he's taking wink care, wink of wink, that wink thing, wink.
What?
Wink.
I don't get it.
Okay, I'm back.
Ah,
that
wink,
thing.
yes, wink.
And now I understand.
Back and I have a package.
Who doesn't like
Was
packages? They're filled with things. Material goods for the material man.
Yes.
Ahead of you sits atop a mighty throne on a raised dais, surrounded by two braziers and an advisor. The person you saw so long ago. Their armor freshly polished, their great axe besides them leaning against the throne made of, well, it's kind of like demons holding her up. Her finger taps against the throne, which seems to possess no cushioning of any kind, and her foot taps the ground, the stone floor beneath it. Besides her are two who hold large leaf fronds and are waving air towards her, as well as skeletal champions. And in the corners, you manage to catch, just from the corner of your eye, sentries hiding in waiting. You are welcomed.
This sucks.
Time to die, I guess. Fast.
You've grown stronger since then. Maybe you can actually hit them now.
2 levels.
That's a lot of difference, in terms of hit points at least.
Yeah.
You can actually take 2d12 plus 10 and not immediately disintegrate.
In theory.
On a good day.
Well,
So did they also notice us? Or what is going on?
Oh, they seem to be waiting for you to make a move. To come closer, to maybe ask for forgiveness? They seem to be quite smug about themselves.
don't forget your viper arrow.
Don't forget to
They
take... Yes.
use that thing.
Probably a good idea.
And if they're not really doing anything, would love to give heal touch to blood.
Surrounding the throne, by the way, is a dark, shimmering field of flames.
Okay.
One of those, you can't go through this, dark shimmering things of flame.
Maybe. You can find that out if you
have
rub yourself
defeated
against it.
Probably have to defeat the 2 prophets that are channeling the spell. Or something like that.
Probably.
So, you're the same person we beat up in the... What was the place's name?
The 4th thing, keep.
Cruisegood.
In Greece,
Orktown, USA.
Hell yeah.
Best place.
It was...
You're the same person who ran with the tail between their legs. Cruisegood.
But they don't even have a tail.
Details.
They simply politely inform you that they
Details.
still live. And now they were the only ones left alive once this is resolved. So you can say what you want. The winner takes the spoils, after all.
Yes, so they have details.
That makes sense.
How about we settle this as fast as possible? I have other business to attend.
Fine by me.
Excellent. All right then. Let's get down to it. Everyone gets put in the initiative. It should be noted that not everyone is going to take their initiative.
Oh.
Oh wait, excuse me. I need to clear it first. I'm going to remember to do... Yeah, there we go. Here, let me add you manually. You get to keep that 10, good sir. It's a 10 from 10-alicious.
Mm-hmm. Just perception.
I think there's any snicking about here.
Intimidation. They're trying to be spooky scary towards you. And the mage in the back, hoping he can cast the spells when the time is right. Marvelous. Yoshk. The stairs are difficult terrain, but I'm just going to assume that everyone's... Unless you specifically don't want to be at the top of the stairs, you're at the top of the stairs. Because the stairs are difficult terrain. They're pretty steep.
Since this is going to be a big fight, I want to patch blood a bit more. So I'm gonna cast a spell. Heal 2 actions, so with touch.
Just right up the stairs like big damn heroes.
Who do you heal for? Who, what, where?
I'm gonna heal blood.
Blood heals 13. You know what? I'll just say you did this while they were having this little chat. You know what?
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to open your fight healing someone. That just feels wrong.
Yeah, I was asking that before.
Take your turn as if you had already done the healing beforehand.
I'm not gonna say no to that then. No, I wanna use one of the charges of my staff to. How far are they? Yeah, I could cast a flaming sphere just on top of that skeletal champion.
He's going to feel this one right on his head. Now, I think you fought skeletons before, right?
Yeah,
You would remember that skeletons are resistant to fire, usually.
I forgot. Damn it.
Well, I presume your character would remember this since it was probably a painful
Yeah.
moment.
I mean, my character would probably have slept more than 2 hours, so yes. Man, that sucks. I like to burn things.
Well, there are other things around that you can burn that are not resistant to flame. If you just scoot over a little bit. Oh no. The prophet suddenly gets a fireball manifesting where they stand. They manage to dodge aside, but they have to contend with this fiery ball now. Let me put it down and give you control over it. You now have control. They will... let's see. Are you within range of an intimidation check? Nope. Stillwater. What does the cabbage do? Ah, my old enemy
Cabbage
stinks.
is... Cabbage is not sure. It's that big shiny shield. Spooky. I think I'll just run all the way over and start attacking the sentry.
Sentry, who thought he was very sneaky, is completely surprised by you running up to him. These guys stood on the balconies before. They're like, we're gonna hide. We're gonna get a drop on him. And now he's the one who's got the drop on whom. Ooh, give him the old rib tickle. Dear Jesus, critical, and you get your precision. Like I said, he was not expecting you to just run up to him at all. So roll me 2d6 for your sneak. Dear God, that's like half his health in one go. He needs to roll me a will save to not panic. Good enough. Saru, what do you think is a deft and valiant blow?
Well, one that involves glubbing a skeleton.
It's presumed you swapped your weapons if you were going to go for the skeletons first. Like I said, you had a small conversation, so you had time to take what you needed.
Right. Yeah, just exactly how much I can move in one go.
Hell yeah.
Club. Ooh.
The skeleton feels the clubbing. Takes 7. Then you miss.
Backspin doesn't help you.
Well, the Prophet isn't necessarily going to get too involved right now. They are going to put up a bless. Do they have a shield? Nope. No, so they're just going to stand there, putting up a little bless for later. This is a tool that will come in later, as Mickey would say. Let's see, who's closest to Mr. Skeletal Champion? 20 feet, 20 feet. I'll roll dice. Asaru, high or low?
Hi.
Do you want to be the target or not?
Sure.
A skeleton comes charging at you from the other direction, going in the straightest possible path. As skeletons are not the most intellectuals. First, he raises his shield, and then he tries to swing his long sword at you.
Wow, no.
However, the order of operations has caused him to not function properly. Undead are difficult. They are complex things that require some work. Wow, a lot of people roll 10s here. In case of ties, the adversary goes first. So, excuse me, Mr. Paul Blart Malcop, you're gonna have to wait for everyone. Oh my! I gotta sort all this stuff now because everyone rolled 10s.
Huh.
I don't know how. You can tell me.
10 out of 10.
This one's also gonna put up the baby bless field. And then you know what? They're gonna make one move, and that's getting away from the fireball. Ugh. Get that away from me. This Archie Cinch like, hey, I'm super smart. I think I skipped one though. Yeah, I skipped the one that's next to Stillwater. The guy you're next to realizes that his bow is of no use. He tosses it aside, takes out his short sword, and then he tries to hit you on the head with it.
Owie.
Then he quickly rolls away. The guy over here, he takes an action to take cover, and then he's going to take one of his sentry shots at Yosk, since you're clearly a spellcaster, casting spells with your swooshy hands. Taste mine arrow with a +1. Ha-ha! Still misses.
Yeah.
There's a skeletal champion here. They aren't smart. They don't know how flanking works too well. Undead are hard. Listen. Undead are hard. It will raise its shield, swing with its weapon, and then attempt to essentially grapple. No, trip you. But it can't. It's now prone, actually. As it doesn't just fail, it gets caught and you quickly, whah, with your feet, sweep him over.
Hits me too hard.
It hits itself over. Blart, you have plenty of options.
Yeah, I do.
Oh no. The sentry did not see this coming.
Yeah, I guess I'll head for the one up there.
With a mighty charge.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 5-er. You have one action left.
Yeah, I'll...
He looks really beat up.
Who's going to attack me? The champion? I think I'll be safe this turn, not get my shield up, so I think I'll try to finish this sentry off.
Yosk, what do? You have a flaming ball out. If you sustain it, it can move.
Blood was doing another attack.
That was
Oh,
the plan.
marvelous. Unfortunately, that is a whiff. By one. One of
Oh,
those
this
situations
gives me-
where a inspiring courage bard would have made all the difference.
Yeah.
This is for all you people who think the +1s are for weenies. I shake my fist at the stream.
Yeah, but bards are dumb.
Bards can have fancy haircuts. Yoshk, where does your fireball go? Or do you let it fizzle out?
I wanna move it again to the prophet that already did before.
Yeah, but I didn't know you did that again. So I just have to assume it always goes for the prophet? Cool. Roll me some damage for it. Let's see what happens. It fails the roll, so roll me damage for that fireball. 3d6. As this fireball leaves crispy cinders behind it and it just crashes into their ankle. Ugh. You have 2 actions left.
I'm gonna move behind the pillar.
Mhm. You can take cover behind it using an action to gain a
Exactly.
+4 against everyone who's attacking from that sort of direction.
Yeah, let's do that.
The anti-paladin has heard a lot about you, Asaru. Don't ask how, but they know. And thus, since you are within 30 feet, they can intimidate you.
Just seen your
Oh.
LinkedIn.
They point their finger fingerishly at you. I think. Yes, that is a critical. You are frightened 2.
I think therefore, yeah.
No,
Hulk
it's just
power.
it's a will DC thing. And
No, but
yes, you're frightened 1 reduction. Okay, good.
Yep.
You are only frightened 1. As you are brave. Your bravery will not help you now. Haha. Don't forget, this also affects your armor class and all those fancy things. Stillwater. That archer he thinks he's slick, but he ran into Blart. What do you do?
Fully convinced Block can take care of that, or with the attack of opportunity and everything. So I'm going to move down here, and that Skelly boy's on the floor
Yes.
and flat-footed, so I can sneaky stab. Sneaky stab.
Oh god. Well, skeletons are resistant to slashing 5, but those blows still get through. So that's 11 reduced to 6. Still does significant damage. That one's oh boy. The skeleton takes significant damage from you, essentially hitting it in the right bones, causing cracks and shatters. Its shield is useless. Asaru.
oh no.
Luckily,
Scary.
did not steal your kill.
Who cares about that?
Well, Stillwater keeps
no.
doing it.
The scary lady on the throne is
It's gonna
saying mean things to me.
They are invoking the word of an evil god to spook you.
Yeah. Well, gonna bash that skeleton on the ground.
There is no skeleton on the ground. I have no idea what you're talking about. It's just a pile of bones, good sir.
Hmm.
That was a
Just ground into dust.
that was a critical, and it was already at like a couple of hit points. So crash.
Crash.
I imagine you hit it on like the chest piece of its armor, and the rest just explodes outwards from the shockwave.
Yep. And then just power attack wham the other one. Ugh.
That's an 8. Ouch. Lucky for you, however, at the end of your turn, you are no longer frightened. You are very difficult to intimidate with that bravery going on.
Yep. I'm afraid of no chase eaters.
The Prophet spends uno action extending the range of their baby bless. They sort of look at the person on the throne real briefly for like, and then they cast this directly at Asaru.
Oof. 14 save.
For 1 minute, you are enfeebled.
Oh,
Oh,
0 point.
oh!
Ah, there we go.
Oh,
You are still enfeebled 1.
Yeah.
But that's significantly better than what would have happened otherwise, which is enfeebled 2. You get a -1 on everything that involves your strength.
Yep.
This skeletal champion.
In weak.
Again, it's already standing there. It raises its shield, goes for a longsword swing, and then it tries to grab you. Or no, it's going to try to trip you. I don't think that's a critical failure, but that's still really sad, and that's a really sad swing. Like undead are hard. When you understand that, you will understand the pain of this poor skeleton. Did this guy already have a short sword out or not? I think he did. Like he slashed that little boy. He tries to get fancy, like real fancy footwork. He like sort of moves and jukes, swishes around, tries to give himself a little extra of an angle. It doesn't help at all. He really should just be running away, but instead he tries to get a blart and just utterly botches it. He is not a swordsman, unlike his friend who was clearly a swordsman in archer disguise. Which is that comparable to wizards who wear plate or fake plate? Which, by the way, I still love that that's an item in Pathfinder. It's fake plate. It's full plate that makes it look like you're not a wizard. It's great.
I mean,
Anyway, time to
it's kinda
extend
cool.
baby blast range. What is a sensible option given this context? Well, how far does Rave Enfeeblement go? Because 30 feet. Is it worth running up? It's probably worth running up and hitting Blart too. Okay, yeah. They're going to make a bold and daring move. Encouraged and emboldened by the evil, vile words they spit at Asaru, they run over here, point their finger, and demand that you two suffer the fate of Asaru. Blart, make me a fort save. They hit. I gotta say, this spell is nicely balanced because Enfeebled is not nothing. That's a critical
I think I
success.
just don't care.
Blart is hit with siphoning energies that drain strength, and he's like, I have strength to spare.
Big muscles.
This is where you pull out a can of Red Bull and the advertisement begins. Yoshk, the archer is very secure with his current hiding spot. However, you are basically in full cover there, so he can't even use his little archer shot thing to overcome that.
It's according to plan.
Yeah, it ignores the concealed condition and cover. Oh wait, it reduces greater cover, which is what you have to standard cover. So I think that's like a 4 to a 2. He's gonna take that sentry aim and fire. Pew! So he, I think, just hits you. Let me just double check on cover so that I'm not screwing you over here.
So I have 20 AC, yeah.
And it's 20 AC. So if you have +4, then he misses. If greater cover is +8, I don't know how it works. I don't deal with cover too much. I just tend to wing it, but I need to make sure that I'm not screwing you over here. Because that's mean. Cool. I love that the page on cover that I pull up. Okay, here, standard cover is +2, which is what you get. So yes, you are fine.
Yes.
No, wait, you were just hit. I mean, because he gets a +1 to the attack roll on top of that. So he just hits you.
Damn it.
He feels very proud, and then he goes for cover.
7 damage.
This skeletal champion is exploded. Yes, just 7 as an arrow forces you to very quickly abort, and it strains your muscles. Blart, it's your time to shine. That archer sentry has been juking around you like crazy.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll just spin around and try to hit everything around me. That's a feat.
You can't miss if you hit every square. Which turns out to be quite the truth. As you swing at him, you hit him in the gut. The wind blows out of his lungs as he falls backwards. Dead or unconscious, it doesn't matter. He doesn't seem in any shape to stand up right now.
Yeah.
You have 2 actions left.
Oh.
Yosh is getting hounded a bit, so maybe he's the right answer.
Yeah, maybe. I'll just move to like over here and raise my shield.
Ooh, strange choice. You see this guy mutter something to the anti-paladin, probably like, "Hey, should we step in?" They're like, "No. I want to see where this goes. I like what's on the TV." Yoshk, there's someone next to you, but you can still sustain your spell. They don't have any attack opportunity. They look like the cleric sorts, not the Blart kind.
Yeah. So.
The fireball presumably swooshes on over to hit the prophet.
Yeah, because the archer sentry is in the mage.
What's your DC again?
19 if I remember correctly.
Then this is a critical failure where you roll me please 63 or 66 or 3d6 and multiply by 2. You can choose which one you want.
63d6.
Yes. The dice are dice. The dice. Oh heck, 60. Oh, that just takes him out. The fireball, you are approached by a prophet wanting to come for you, and then a fireball swooshes in with great speed, hits them in the gut, and they fall over as their robes are smoldering and slightly on fire. You have 2 actions left.
I'm gonna throw my printer is making noise. And I'm gonna throw a javelin at the skeletal champion over there.
I can't imagine that doing anything, but if it does, I'll give you a hero point for being quite the daring do. Now, it doesn't do anything because it has piercing resistance 5, being a skeleton, so it just kind of goes through its bones.
It's enough to be menacing, I guess.
It's enough to look like an idiot.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna raise my shield like an idiot.
The anti-paladin is, well, they don't really have any buffs to cast to themselves, but they're gonna grab their axe, get up out of their chair, just kind of ready themselves to lower the shield and get at him, as it were. Then they point at Blart, and they're gonna be like, Blart! I don't think Blart just shrugs it off. They're not intimidated. They're business. All business.
Mm.
The impression I got, at least. Stillwater. You get that rogue sense that things are about to escalate. You might want to deflate this balloon as much as you can before Eric comes back in.
By deflate the balloon.
Because, you know, a +1 to attack rolls can make all the difference for someone who already hits like a truck.
Yeah. Gonna start with a feint.
Wait, there's something I need to... Does Bless stay on after you... I think it does, actually, because the duration is a minute. Yeah, I think Bless just stays on, so they're just these beacons of +1 energy. Alright, you faint at this fine lady over here. Let's see what they're capable of. Their will DC, or is it perception they're going for? Well, it's
Perception.
too high anyway. They got a 20. They clerics, you know, big wisdom.
Yeah. In that case, just regular old stabbies.
Oh, regular old stabbies is all you need, apparently. Ouch! They feel it right in the gut. SRU. Life moves on.
Okay, so what kind of shield is this?
That the skeleton is using. It's just a
No,
normal.
no, no. The anti-paladin's throne shield or whatever.
You're not trained in any form of magic, my good dude. You have no idea. It's this. But if you want to know what it looks like, it's this shimmering sheet that resembles a bit. It's a bit like, imagine you had a sphere of flame.
Alright. I'll attempt to shove this skeleton into it.
It's quite a bold move, good sir. It's for DC is 17.
Wham.
Okay, I think that's a really big shove. That is a good
Yeah,
question. What would happen if you shove a skeleton into an evil death field? I mean, it's a skeleton, so its healing works the other way. It probably would heal sooner than it would take damage. But you know, let's see. You push him to. Okay, you can stride after it if you want to, but you must move the same distance. Okay, cool. He gets pushed 10 feet in. You watch as the field harmlessly washes over it. You, however, decide to walk into the field and do not take it harmlessly.
Ooh.
You take 10 negative damage. You can roll me a fort save to have it, or reduce it all entirely. The DC is, let's see what Mr. Antipalin has on there. You take 20. I don't know why you thought it was a good idea to walk in there.
Sorrow!
Well,
Like we all know, Asaro is a man of big words, and the Antipalin just starts laughing their ass off at this.
the idea was no, wait. That was one action to shove, one action to follow behind.
No, that's free.
Then...
I think the stride is included for free in a critical success.
Yeah, it says you can stride after it. As long as it's the same distance and direction.
So maybe now is the time to pull out something that heals you, or step out of the energy field. It's whatever you want, really.
Step out or... Well, since I have 2 actions left, let's smack this skeleton once. Oh, wait, that should be the -5 because shove is an...
Oh, still a marvelous 12, though. Well...
Bonk. And burns.
You fool. Oh, the skeleton gets 1 hit point back because you're still enfeebled. The skeleton comes running after you, of course. He then raises his shield, as he's smart. He has a shield block reaction, but he's just not seen any reason to use it. Or, you know, he's like, just kind of confused. And he swings his sword at you. As skeletons have want to do. This guy's gone. Whoops. Profit. Which one is this one? That's that one that's also gone. Archer Sentry over here, however, is not gone. Hey, Yoshk. How do you like one of these? He misses. He hits the cover you're behind. Blurt. Your friend is looking a bit haggard, shall we say.
As long as you
Yeah,
have 1
well.
HP, you're ready to.
Guess I'll step in this direction so that maybe it counts as being cover for SR from the archer.
That would definitely help. The archer seems more interested in Yoshk right now, though. But he might change his pace once he notices just how injured Asaro is. You move, that's one action.
I keep my shield up, that's another action, and for the third one, I guess I'll do something offensive to the skeleton.
Handsome.
Let's...
By the way, Asaro, you get a hero point for being so absolutely stupid as to walk into that fire field. Now, what did you do against the skeleton?
Trip it, probably.
It falls over.
The old block classic.
Are there any spells that the mage wants to cast before the energy field goes away? No, that's perception. That's not a spell. Does his armor class already include that? I don't know. He's gonna throw on some mage armor. He holds his arms up and slips into a nice set, giving him a +1 armor bonus. Any one spells you want to cast? No, but he's gonna essentially draw forth his staff. No, he's going to draw forth a small potion that he has. Yoshk. Let me see if I can change that to something more appropriate.
I'm gonna move to Isao and then put some battle medicine on him.
Sorrow, you fool.
And I'm gonna do DC 15 one, so he gets more healing if I don't mess up. I'm gonna use the hero point for the.
You better, because you'll knock him out if you don't. Like you'll try to heal him, but then you hurt him and then he falls over. This would have happened. Marvelous! You slap a nice band-aid on his boo-boo, on those big purple burn wounds.
Oh.
That's a big heal.
Okay.
Savor it, 'cause it's the only one you're gonna get.
By the way, sorry, not to tell you how to live your life, but I think you have those healer's gloves. Don't you? Or was that another game I'm thinking of? I don't know anymore. Oh well. Yoshk, you slap him with battle medicine, which I think is one action. So you've taken an action, another action. You have one action left. We want to do something with that fireball, maybe?
Yeah. I think that fireball really likes Prophet, so it's gonna move to the next one.
It swirls between your legs with deftness. The Prophet jumps slightly as they are suddenly ambushed by a ball of fire. Their jump safely takes them out of its path.
Alrighty.
The anti-paladin has to spend an action to dismiss the magic field of magic. Whoops, that's the wrong thing.
It dismissed the entire room.
Destroyed the world and everything inside.
Okay, like an idiot, apparently this was on the wrong layer the whole time. This is the energy field you've been looking at all this time.
Oh.
Ah,
So I thought it was transparent because it was, a transparent thing, but it's... I'll leave it around for a while so you can appreciate it, but it's gone now.
that's a nice effect.
It is a nice effect. And now it's gone.
Now that I can see it.
And now it's back. I'm so stupid. I'm so dummy sometimes. This is... I could have read it. I have the thing on where it shows you in the bottom right what layer something's on, but I didn't read it because I was stupid. Anyway, they have to spend one action to do that. Do they have anything they want to spend an action on that's not like cool beans stuff? Nope. They can't use Intimidating Strike though. They do kind of want to, see what Blart's made of. They've seen Asaro do a bunch of stuff. They want to know what you're up against, Blart. They're not being blessed right now, which is fine. The axe swings beside you, Blart, but you are quick on your feet. and deflect it with your shield. Still water.
Try. I guess I'll just keep trying to fight the prophet.
Handsome. Do you want to feint maybe? I think
Yeah.
feint takes a penalty as you use it too many times. Let's see. Nope. No, you can just do it again and again. Again, their will
Still
DC is
not
at
enough.
21, so.
Yeah. I
Oh
mean,
no,
it's a
perception DC is 20.
DC.
Their perception DC is 20. So.
Yeah. Still too high. Oh.
I don't
that'll
know if
do
that.
it.
I don't know if that matters though. I mean, hell, if the next one wasn't even a critical, they'd still go down. They are swung at for 30. No, swung at for 30. They fall over. As you know, you just hit them hard. You just hit them real hard. They fall down eventually. Asaru.
Mm,
Not having a good day.
There's a skeleton next to you who's on the ground. Maybe clean him up first.
yes.
Like he's been
Sure.
chipping away at you. So
Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Mm. So should I drink a potion first? Still kinda.
I'll have you know the skeleton has attacks of opportunity, and will probably use them if he sees you sip. Like
I mean-
he's alert.
He's tripped, isn't he?
Oh yeah, that means he's left-footed. No, that doesn't stop him from using reactions.
Oh, yeah.
Someone who's on the ground can still kick at you when you decide to lower your guard for a moment. As it
Okay.
was.
Well. Blam.
Miss.
Miss.
Oops.
Well. Going for the big swing then.
Power swing.
Mm.
And that explodes the skeleton. You hear the pleasant gong. One action left.
No, I don't.
Okay. Oh, it's power attack. Marvelous. This person is dead. This skeleton is gone. This sentry over here does one of those cool combat rolls over to the side. Sees that their boss is going for Blart and decides to provide some goddamn reinforcements. I think all the prophets are gone, all the skeletons are gone, so I can move those sheets from my listing. There we go. Sentry's aim, and whoop, right at Blart. But misses. Blart is way too aware to get hit so easily. Or perhaps it is part of the dodge you made for that axe. Blart! A slight reposition will let you flank this paladin, if that is what you desire. There are many options in this world, after all. Bowling pins falling. That is what skeletons sound like when they explode. Can always charge, you know.
Yeah. It's a tough decision.
But it's your call.
Yeah.
Personally, though, I would go for the wizard who's not quite as tough as everyone else around. Just to, you know, it's going to be a lot of flaming spheres otherwise.
Yeah, that's probably the best idea.
Oh.
So I can stride once and
Gasp.
keep my shield up and trip the wizard once, I guess.
I don't know why I gave this guy's True Strike. He's a staff that does 1d8 damage, 1d4 damage. He's not going to hurt anyone. Anyway, he decided to trip him. His reflex DC is 19.
I mean, if I'm dumb enough to throw a javelin at the skeleton, then maybe he's dumb enough to get 2 spot.
So he's going to cast a spell and provoke attack of opportunity. He's flat-footed. His armor class is now, I think, 16. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, so I need to get a 26 to interrupt him if I understand.
26 would disrupt the spellcasting, to be specific. It would cause him to fail the somatic components. And lose a slot, like a weenie. Does anyone here want to spend a
Well,
hero point on this?
Alright, I probably have some.
You start the session with one always.
Yeah, alright.
Holy fear.
I'll try again then.
7 powered spells.
Ouch.
Wow,
It
it's
still hits him for
almost.
You know what? You get to roll me a reflex save now, because a fireball appears above your head and basically falls on top of you, and then he quickly tries to crawl out of here. Get me out of here. Take 10 fire damage. Yoshk. Like I said, there are too many fireballs now. Just rolling around. What do you do, sleepy boy? You can definitely attack him with your own if that's what you're looking to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna move my flaming spear also to the mage for hire.
Sexy.
Because there's never enough fire in one room.
I mean, there's several braziers, so yeah. Reflex save from the mage. He
Takes no damage.
could he
okay.
dodge a flaming? I mean, he's on the ground. He probably just quickly goes aside as your command wears off. Let me see if that prone has any effect on this. But let's move on. You have 2 actions. What do you do with the rest of them, regardless of what this does?
Yeah. Sentry Archer is a problem down there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to move. Oh, I'm gonna move so that we can flank the anti-paladin.
You set yourself up for a flank.
Yeah.
Handsome.
And then I gonna bite him once. Oh no, wait a second. I think it would be better if I just... Oh no, I have only 1 action left, so Fang it is.
No, thank you. That actually hits them for 7.
Pepperonis.
How about we make that hit do a little bit more damage?
But
Oh.
So they take 13. You take 6. Negative. They also do a whole bunch of extra damage against you now,
Well, that's a neat ability.
as they declare that you are so arrogant as to hit them. How about you?
I mean, I just wanna trump everybody, so what?
You've
does
gotten
he
your
want?
taste. Now taste steel as a very, Anyway, here you go. Third. I think our local man just crumpled. Then they're gonna intimidate Stillwater. What's your will DC, Stillwater?
Will DC is 19.
In that case, you're just 1 spooked, and then they're gonna go over to Blart, since your thing shifts to 20. No, 21.1. Stillwater, it's your turn. You're slightly spooked.
How does instant kill work again in the system?
We're not gonna use that rule right now. It's also double your health, I think, and that
Okay,
doesn't apply.
good to know. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna. How many? I'm going to start by attacking them with the Viper Arrow,
Yes.
the anti-paladin.
No, yeah, I mean, I guess it does damage to them too. So, go ahead, shoot me the Viper arrow.
I'll just roll with a regular attack then. I don't think it does any more damage. Just poison.
Nope. Armor class 26. This is the beef boy of the party.
Well, it still turns into a snake.
Oh no, there's a snake in their boot.
No.
Should I
Does the
remove
Viper
my fireball?
The fireball sticks around for now. Like it vanishes
Okay.
if on your turn you don't do your thing. I
see.
think I will figure this out when we get there. You have I think one action left. Use one to take out, one to shoot. So
No, I have quick draw.
okay, in that
So I
case,
still have
you
two.
have two actions left. How do you want to spend those? Well, I look up what that snake looks like.
I'm going to get into flank position. And then, since this is second attack, probably not going to hit. But regardless,
It turns into a viper. I need to look up what the viper statistics are. Oh wait, I have a better idea. I can just type in viper and pull a viper on the map. It's not much, but it's definitely bothering the anti-paladin. And they try to hit him in the back. Saru, what do you want to do? Also, I'll take care of the viper. It essentially attacks on after your turn is over. So
Okay. I'll move over here.
the viper injects its venom potentially into the anti-paladin. Maybe they got to roll a 1 though. You move over. What do you do?
Move over. Pull out a minor healing potion. And pour it down Yosk's throat. Glug glug.
Handsome.
for a sippy.
That's
You
2 of
get-
your actions.
You get one.
This goes away. Gets replaced with wounded 1.
So was that all of my actions then?
No,
If
2.
I
If you move, then it's all 3. One to take
Yeah.
out, one to throw on.
I moved over here, then I pulled out the
Sexy.
potion and
Very,
picked him.
very sexy. The archer sentry is now. Let's be clear. They're not doing bad. The anti-paladin's doing work, but he's also a little bit nervous about how many people have fallen down so far. So he just kind of scoots over. He quickly plinks something at Stillwater and then pushes himself up against the pillar as best as he can. Blurt. Kill the mage.
See, I'm not very good at killing anything because I deal 1d6 plus 4 damage.
Oh well. And his armor class is 16. Who knows?
Oh, right. They have fire resistance too, so it took less damage from the previous slag. Okay.
Sexy.
Let me remind myself how my charge works.
Sure. And as ever, a little bit of Mingus Dingus has to do some things. Little
My
bit of
fades from
Jengus
existence
Mangus.
once again.
I need a spell template for something.
Hmm. Hmm.
So what are you looking up again? Maybe we can help.
What's the open tag do? Okay, so I can't have attacked if I want to.
Yes, it's basically your first move.
Yep. It's an opening attack. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Decisions.
Yes. Decisions. That said, Blart, if you're just gonna be quiet and think about this a whole bunch, we can move on to other people's turns.
I'll charge the archer that's far away.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, the man who's the most dangerous person in the room right now. The archer. I mean, you'll see when he gets that crit, you're all gonna be sorry.
Yeah.
Alright, so you go for him. Let him have it. He's honestly completely startled that you're going for him at all. That's a 9. You have 1 action left.
I keep my shield up again.
Fair enough. Well, there goes the mage's plan, which was to cast Grease. I think he's just going to be completely confused on his turn. I don't think he can grasp the galaxy brain move you just made. Yoshk.
What?
He gets up, but that's, like, about it.
Getting up takes 1 action, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna get up, use spell medicine on myself, and then sustain my spell.
And then booms into the boy.
Yes.
The boy avoids.
And DC 15 for medicine.
Broom. Slap a band-aid on yourself, boy.
Big band-aid.
It's a very big band-aid. The
I
anti-paladin.
can't wait for the anti-paladin just hitting me once again and I'm done.
The anti-paladin is a lot more concerned about the fact that there's like a little snake crawling on them.
Snakes in my boot.
Snake.
But being who they are, they want to grab the snake, and
Did you
throw it
just
aside,
call-
and then they throw their axe practically on top of it, cleaving it in half.
Did you
The snake
just call the
disappears.
flaming sphere whiff?
That's one attack we didn't have to take.
And then the attack turns into an attack for you, Stillwater. You
Ah.
spooked boy.
Ah.
Stillwater. were no-
Lucky.
Yes, very lucky. Very lucky.
Hmm.
The rest of that is helpful. So, I guess, scoot over here. Some more flanking action.
You can't flank me. I'm the flanker.
Too bad. Eh.
Miss.
Miss.
Asaru, do you think you can avoid missing? I think the only damage they took is when they took a hit and they were like, I'm gonna take more damage because I'm cool.
Hmm. Well, first things first, I drink another lesser healing potion.
Sure, why not? It will leave you with 1 action at the end.
Glug glug.
Don't forget the extra flat bonus, because it's a good one.
Oh, what was it?
Well, it's not just 2d8, I know that much. Consumables, potions, lesser. It's 2d8 plus 5. So an extra, it's 17 total.
Oh, I think I missed that last time. Oh well.
You can give yourself the extra you missed last time now if you want to.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. And that was 2 actions?
Yes,
the
one to take it out,
pull
one to sip it. You have 1 action left.
Yep.
If you want one of your, if you have time, one of your ridiculous criticals will be very welcome right now. Whoops.
Could I switch weapons in one, attack? Do I have to?
You can switch weapons in 1 action, yes.
But that
If you have a
yeah,
hero point, I'll let you use it right away if you really want to.
No, I'm just gonna swing. Oh crap! That's 5 less. No, that probably doesn't even actually hit.
Marvelous. The Archer Sentry, again, not expecting any of this stuff going on. They're just gonna kind of run, just like straight up stride out of there. Ah! And then they'll take that little pew-pew shot. A blart. Not a crit. It's only 3 damage. Also, blart, don't forget, they strode away. You get attack opportunity if you want to.
So this is the attack at me, right?
Yes, this attack is at you, as I said.
Yeah, I'll just shield block it.
Handsome. And you're just not going to take that attack of opportunity then?
Yeah, no.
Blart.
Like honestly, my attacks potentially aren't all that worth it.
Well, something.
Yeah, I'll straight over here and try to put the paladin to the dirt.
Okay.
The paladin too is not. Everyone is just constantly confused by Blart's unwillingness to fight the same person more than 1 return. It's a masterpiece of deception. All right, let him have it.
It is.
What are you doing?
Trapping again.
And there they go.
Yeah.
What the? The bigger they are, they
Fall
say.
to the floor. I was sure.
And I keep on keeping my shield up because that's fun.
The mages regain some of their, shall we say, ability to think. A fireball comes right at you, Stillwater. Can you roll me reflex?
Yeah.
Show me those jukes. You do not juke the ball of fire. It finally gets to do something.
Ah.
Below average damage. You lucky plant baby. Then, since he decides that he's very intelligent. I just love saying that.
He doesn't participate in
I'm very intelligent. You have no idea. He's a 4 int. Since his boss is already knocked prone, he can cast Grease and make you fall prone as well.
Ah.
Fancy.
So you can roll me another reflex check. This time to avoid, or an acrobatics if you want to avoid falling on your butt. Oh, whoops! Didn't mean to do that.
I mean, to be honest, it was kind of stupid of him.
Kinda
He should have casted Grease first.
Let me just double check the DC for you. I think it's at least 18 though. It's actually 20. So you fall on your butt. Ow!
Ah. Oh, my bum.
The anti-paladin is somewhat upset because they are not. Their reflex is their worst check. It's a plus 11, so they might actually just fall over again when they try to get up.
Yeah, and they can't really dodge that
Yosh.
well if they are.
They're currently flat-footed and they're also sort of flanked. So
Yeah,
what do you want to do with your fireball?
I'm gonna wall it over to the anti-paladin.
No,
Also, it seems
if you
fun.
just focused fire for like 2 seconds, you might actually kill someone instead of leaving everyone alive. I'm just here to tell you that you don't kill people by leaving them alive. Anyway, your fireball rolls into someone. Anti-paladin, was it?
Yes.
Well, I don't know what they're doing. I think it's because they're slipping and sliding on the floor too much, so you can't get a beat on them. You have 2 actions left.
I'm gonna move up to here and hit the mage for hire with my thing.
Wait, I'm not involved in this anymore. And then he gets bitten. I thought you'd forgotten
Punch.
all about me. Ow! The anti-paladin is going to spend 1 action trying to get up. They don't want to be on the ground for this.
I
Their weapon
should
is kinda
still
hard to
have
use like
one
this.
action. I'm gonna use that to raise my shield. I moved, sorry.
They are getting up. So
Yes, they are trying to get up. And I'm going to say that because they're not that great at this stuff, they have to make the save again or they just fall right back down. Because, you know, they're up. They're supposed to have their friend who helps them with this, but you killed that friend.
oh,
So unfortunately, they have to make another reflex check to not fall. They managed to stand up. By some fucking miracle, they managed to stand up. Blart, they don't know what your galaxy brain move is, but they are going to try and stop it.
wait, doesn't
Right.
to attack as well?
Yeah, but Blart
Well,
thinks that they're useless, so they're sad.
Oh.
Apparently.
I'll also throw my shield in the way.
And look at what it got
Again.
them. It stopped them from falling over. I think your shield's destroyed by this attack, though.
I've got a sturdy one now.
God dang sturdy shield. Ugh, you soak so much with that thing. Whew.
I soak a whole 8 and then I take the remaining 19 because that's how it works.
And since apparently you like tripping people so much, right for the ankle. That's a reflex DC.
Yeah.
-5, so I think it misses. You're fine. Stillwater. The anti-paladins like slip, 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 slip with their feet.
Okay, the
I'm gonna-
balance.
The anti-paladin is also now... what does it want to do?
Oh, that would be something.
Aggressive block. It's your size or smaller. Shove it 5 feet. Oh my goodness, they slide back. Ugh! Oh no, wait, it's gonna be flat. They're gonna be flat-footed. They want to stay here. They don't want to move. They
Yeah.
want to keep hitting you.
Well, you've got a flat-foot enemy right next to you
Stillwater.
Flat-footed, flanked
and
enemy.
flanked.
Just get a
I've got
crit already,
With
flat
all 3
Stillwater.
actions.
I've got to get up first because I'm on the floor.
Your baby. Sorry.
So I get up very carefully on the slippery floor.
But you're
Then-
more nimble than them. You don't have to roll again. It's just that
Yeah.
they're big and clumsy.
Eh.
See,
Yeah.
that's can you please roll me another d6 for precision damage as you just shank the shit out of them with that first one. Oh god.
Nice.
You know what? They're gonna use their destructive vengeance. They're gonna destroy you. They're gonna take you down and they're gonna chop you into pieces.
Try, Big Stinky.
You called them Big Stinky. Negative damage. Take 6 negative damage as they declare that they will annihilate thee. And then
Well,
they do
I'm
that thing
definitely
with
going to die if they hit me.
Asaru.
Well, the paladin also takes the 6.
Yeah, but they're like raising their axe in an executioner style stance, so Asaru.
Maybe hurt them.
Okay, I drop my club and pull out my great sword, my bastard sword.
Hell yeah. Show us the goods on that +2 weapon.
It's decapitation turn.
So that's
If you roll a crit, I'm just gonna lose my shit, man. Because
Please.
you are either
Hilarious.
destroyed or the destroyer. And if there was ever a
Sweet.
time to save tiny crop baby,
Please no
You
kill.
have to save the cabbage.
ooh, let's go for the power attack.
abracadabra. Huh.
Whoop.
That's a hit. So
Yes,
that's
it's-
more than you can say for anyone else. They're down to 9.
Crunch.
How do we know that?
suffice to say, they're starting to look a bit beaten. They're getting brute in their fashion. They're like much more just swinging out like a cornered animal than anything else. The archer sentry, they drop their weapon and just run. They see their boss taking such a significant blow from both sides, and they're like, you know what? I'm not that religious after all.
Call, bud.
I have no fears now.
Blurt. Even you can
Oh.
hit for 9 damage.
Yeah,
In
I
theory.
It's
can.
true, in theory. Can hit for 10.
Fuck it, I'll just press these buttons.
Just press it. I mean, you're not getting attacked. It's Stillwater who's going to get chopped up into a nice cabbage.
Well, none of these were 20.
Yoshk.
25.
Hey, Yoshk.
Yes.
How do you like these fireballs, baby? Roll me
I
a
love
reflex.
them.
Reflex against 20. You are hit for some fire. mean,
No,
this-
it's my stick. Only I can
I see.
throw fire at people.
They show you how the fireball truly works. They still have 2 actions
No!
left.
Yeah, my
You know what?
20 just
True
goes down,
strike.
so
They're gonna spend their last slot in True Strike, and they're gonna conk you on the head real good like. No, they don't.
much damage did it take? Because I couldn't put
It's
it
15.
on 15. Oh.
Yoshk, it's your turn. Instead of the bless ends by this point. Not that it's come up at all.
We should probably just finish off the anti-paladin.
I mean,
Please
reflex
help.
is their worst save, so you got a
Yeah,
chance.
So let's move the sustained spell thingy on him.
Let's see. What's this?
Please just
What's your DC?
19.
Then roll me 3d6 and see if you do it.
All one, baby.
Griff. Yes!
Yay!
Ah!
Grimbo does it.
They're so obsessed with Stillwater that they don't notice the fireball that rolls into their feet as they step forward with that axe. They trip and fall with a loud thud. For brevity, for posterity's sake, let's see what that great axe would have done. Wouldn't it killed
Now it-
Stillwater actually on the first blow?
Hey, I wouldn't die.
So that's a miracle. Well, I think we all learned something today, which is that the Mage for Hire immediately sticks his hands up in the air when his boss goes down with such a loud... It's like a gong.
Oh,
There's just this...
I wanted to give him now shocking grasp, but
You can
Yeah,
give him a
that's
shocking
not good.
grasp. He's his hands up and there's no one else to fight. So initiative's kind of
Like
over.
200 kilos of full plate hitting the ground.
Handsome.
so who wants that axe? So I should probably give some medicine checks to Blood and Stillwater.
The anti-paladin had on them a +1 striking great axe and a +1 resilient half plate.
Well, great axe, it's a two-handed weapon.
Sounds like someone's entered the plastic dimension.
No, it's
Alright, so there's a slight problem. In case you haven't noticed, this place is kind of doesn't really feel like it belongs under a city, and that's a truth that becomes apparent because when the paladin falls over, the trope is called that you defeated a low-bearing boss. If you're familiar with it.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Whatever,
is that the thing at Metroid where you have to escape before everything explodes?
Yeah.
their fancy throne starts to crumble and fall apart at first, and then some of the pillars crack up. And you know that sound ice makes when you have like a big ice lake and you throw a stone on it? That's kind of the sound you hear, but more stony.
Oh boy, that sounds like fun.
The Mage for Hire will dispel his fireball. And it's like, should we, like, what are you gonna do with me? Shouldn't we be leaving?
How about we just concentrate on
Yeah, consider
escaping?
yourself in our custody, yeah.
Yeah, put some shackles on him.
I'm sure the archer sentries had like some handcuffs you can slap on him real fast.
I think Blood has some handcuffs.
Oh yeah, Blart's the actual officer of the situation.
Yeah.
Not much of a
Thief
mock-up after
instincts mean I need to rummage before we run.
all. Let me just
Must
tell.
always rummage.
Let me tally up a few more things while we're at it. May
Isaru just grabs the axe and runs. Yep, that's our cue.
I'm gonna probably want to while I'm patching up Stillwater and Blood with Battle Medicine because he didn't got one yet.
Ooh,
2 more profits. I also need the big guy. How much is the big guy worth? I think you guys actually leveled up as a result of all of this. Not relevant
Ouch.
because this is
Ouch.
kind of the ending, but
real nice.
you grab the mage by the collar and run out.
I mean, there's not a secret boss at the end of the escape.
Well, no.
Whoa.
Everyone is way too busy running away.
If we went down the other corridor, we would have fought years, man.
I mean, the sewer should transform into a monster and attack us. No, please, let's not do that.
The spirit of the sewer doesn't like that you broke their fine temple.
Yeah, it's the god that we're thinking is existing among us. It's the sewer's god.
Of course, you're gonna have to fight God. It's a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, or the creator, or the architect, or whatever. his name is.
Sewer man. It's just a sewer maintenance man, but Mega Man's lost it.
Maintenance Man is my favorite Mega Man enemy.
Oh my god, no. What level are you guys? 3? Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get 8 points from the big guy. Actually, you don't get a level up in that case. Oh well. You're like really
Oh,
close.
well.
You're like really close.
Leveled up in spirit.
This is the battle team of the
I mean,
Sewer's gods.
My rule is that if you're like within 10% of leveling up, I'll let you do it anyway. And you're like 40 experience away, so who cares? That's for beating the quest. You get extra points for those. I forgot. You get story points.
Ooh, Mightstone.
When you reach the section of the area, a couple of things happen. You notice that behind you the staircase crumbles as if quite a few years of decay and like seismic movement crumbles it away. The brazier fizzles out. The walls experience similar wear and tear. And it's almost as if a relic of the past has caught up to contemporary history. Which is to say, welcome to the end of the adventure, as you have stopped a flickering evil of the past attempt to resurrect the old ways of being mean.
We did it.
So was the
Save the
paladin just
universe.
a random person, or what's their backstory
Whose backstory?
of the anti-paladin?
Well, first,
There
I
was
want to see
the
this
big dog
adorable
mini.
white
Oh,
dog that's
oh.
giving kisses. Oh man, that's so
Oh.
cute.
Or was it just, I'm an anti-paladin, I'm gonna do bad stuff?
Well, you don't become an anti-paladin unless you like are very convinced and swore loyalty to like a deity of raw evil, usually. Although I think in 2e you can do that without a deity. I don't know.
You hate just all the other deities, and that makes you so strong against.
Most anti-paladins are cowards who are told that they will be given tremendous power, influence, and all that kind of cool stuff, and they're like, yeah, sure, I'll beat up some beggars for that, you know.
Sounds like Death Knights in Warcraft 3.
Let's see. The tenets of evil: you must not perform acts anathema to your deity, or willingly commit a purely good act, such as giving something sold out of charity, casting a good spell, or using a good item. So you have to buy garbage. Don't use masterwork.
What is...
It's good.
Yeah, what
You
does
gotta use the
good
trash.
item? I can't use healing potions because they are good.
You must never put someone else's needs above your own, and you must never put your own needs before those of your deity. Oh, that's pretty cool. Though you can perform acts others might consider helpful, it must be done with the expectation that it ultimately furthers your goals, or those of your master. As an anti-paladin in specific, however, you must not bind yourself with any law or oath that beyond that of your code, aka your god still counts. Act dishonorably, take advantage of others, lie, cheat, and steal to get what you want. You must destroy that which offends you, and that which stands in your way, including and perhaps especially the forces of good and law that oppose you. This tenet doesn't force you to take action immediately to mean your destruction, but it does require you to destroy something that might be useful if corrupted towards you. So that's nice. So yes, anti-paladins are kind of a holdover from the past, as it were. They're not a thing nowadays, because the God of Darkness changed positions, and the old gods might be clinging to some flicker of life. After all, some deities can survive purely by the will of their followers. Time capsules. Don't use them. Also, look at that boy. Look at that boy. Oh, what a mouth. He misses it. No. I'm so happy for the boy.
Oh, that's so sad.
This was such a nice ending, and then you had to ruin it with a poor
This is how it looks when yours missed with fangs.
It's such a poor little Bobby. I think there's something that I need to learn about 2E that I've begun to realize, which is that there are clear levels where an extra jump in power takes place that are not immediately obvious, and I think I know what they are. So that
Guess
thing is 2
4.
levels above you. It shouldn't be that much more dangerous, but oh boy, is it capable of wreaking some havoc. So I'm under the presumption that either I did something wrong because I did buff it a little bit just to be like, listen, you let them go. They prepared themselves for this. But at the same time, it kind of makes sense because at some point you get proficiency ranks which are +2 on top of your level in addition to ability score bonuses. So yes, I guess it makes sense that there are some levels that are slightly more powerful than they should be for what they are. But that's besides the point.
Also,
The Overton
you
window in this world is weird.
Also, you
We also
kind of
did
big
kill that
dum-dums
level.
in the battle.
You also did kill the
We
guy
did
that would
kill
have made
that
the
level
fight.
5 earlier.
Yes, that would have made the fight a heck of a lot different, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's also sometimes
so
it's
sad
also
about that, though.
Did
I'm
you
s-
get one crit or not?
I'm so sad about that, but that's just the way life goes. If someone's gonna fight you, they gotta accept the fact that you might bonk them on the head hard enough to get what they want. Let's see what
Yeah,
the despot.
I don't think anyone expected that to happen.
Let's. The despot could have could have done cool things like harm and enthrall and chilling darkness, and of course flaming sphere because we need more of those.
Everyone needs a sphere.
Once Griff got flaming sphere, this became the flaming sphere and the Marshall show
Yeah.
because Stillwater, shh, they're not there.
I like the stabby.
And you also gave me the staff with flaming spear, so basically I had to use it all the time.
That staff is neat. I like how staffs work now.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Honk. Listen, you might have honk, but I have a far stronger honk. Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
No. That's a pretty good honk.
Yeah.
My hubris has caught up to me. My hubris. By the way, that's the end of the Saturday thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my Saturdays. No, on one hand,
Regardless, they will be made for dads.
And
Regardless.
this car.
I'm gonna pull that one up because it's only appropriate that I play it, even if it's on stream. The world has a right to know the beauty that is that Saturdays are made for dads.
And for that scar.
Hey Griff, why is that emote named Sir Honk when it should be Chen Honk?
Because I got it from somebody else that many users say emotes, and that was stupid of me back then.
Here we go. I found.
Because I'm a big dum-dum, there we go.
Oh yay!
Yes!
Look
yes!
at that idiot.
Saturdays are made for dads. And dad's car.
Hell yeah! What a day that it would end because I think Como wrapped up another Curse of Strahd game that he was doing, where I don't know what this is, but he keeps getting into games where the people he plays with are big stupids who are like, I'm lawful good, but I also make deals with devils, and I'm gonna let this clearly evil thing continue being clearly evil.
I played once with him. I died at the first snake. Because I got hit by the poison.
I don't know what it is with Como, but he gets us to the stupidest games lately. It's fun to listen to, though. Okay, so what's his alignment? He's lawful good, but he just promised a devil demon that he would kill a whole bunch of people so that he can get a magic box.
Oh yeah, that happened. Yeah.
Yes!
What?
And then that character got put away probably because everyone was quite uncomfortable with a person willing to do that kind of stuff being in the party. Which, fair enough.
Not really.
Oh, it
that
wasn't even
was-
that! It was...
No, there was an investigator after his trail, and he fled.
And he was making a little too much noise. I mean, to be fair, that's what happens if you make too much noise.
What's
Also,
the
to be
mystery
fair-
box?
Also, to be fair, only like most of the party didn't know about the
Yeah, but-
killings.
I listen, at some point, like, that feels like I need to enable this behavior by making... There's something about that that rubs me the wrong way, but that's because I preferred that... that if you're gonna be just a fucking villain, it's the whole party that's a villain. I don't know, there's
Yeah.
something about it that rubs me the wrong way, and I need to think on what that is, so that I can better understand myself.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing like a group alignment where like if it goes too far apart,
There are
then the
there are
group
there
is
are
going to break apart.
there are lines you aren't allowed to cross within the party as a whole, you know. And if you start being
Yeah.
sneaky about that shit, then you know maybe not the characters, but the players and the GM have to figure something out. And I think that's what happened. That's my
Or
suspicion.
Are you using
That said, I know
some-
that I think Flint is running this one. I think Flint's actually the kind of person who would just
Yeah.
let that happen anyway. So
Yeah, that was his game.
that
This
said,
his game.
this is this is the kind of stuff that really makes me want to run that Xenon game I have in my head, where people have to be good guys, and if they're not, I'm just gonna grab a crowbar and click you out of the character slot.
No.
It's just what it's about. It's about heroes reinvigorating the concept of heroes in the world that's being conquered
Yeah,
by
heroism.
people. Yes. I might run that
Yeah.
game. Or maybe I'll just take my Saturdays off because every single time I get an appointment, it's like, by the way, you have 1 day in the week that isn't doing anything. How about we take that one for the appointment? I'm like, oh my god. How? Every single time. Is that...
Yes.
What the Dude! How does a dog do that?
Dark
Mm,
magic.
You know,
Dog.
it gets cold in winter, so they get more fuel, and then later on it gets too hot,
Like-
and then you're gonna lose it.
They get big
Yeah, there's
fluff.
A sheep or a dog.
The Despot would have shown you what a real Flaming Sphere looks like because they have bloodline magic.
Ooh.
They do an extra 1 fire damage per spell level if they want it. You think your flaming sphere strong? Mine is twice. Yeah. And they wiggle their fingers aggressively at you. Look at that little puppy. Look at that little puppy. Oh my god. Just love this little baby. He's so happy. Yeah.
Little potato.
He looks like a little burrito. Like a little. Aw.
So,
Well, Anyway, I'm overwhelmed with the dog now. Thanks.
no problem.
So like I said, I probably won't be hosting it on here anymore. I want to have something a bit more open. And while this is all fun and dandy, I'm going to see what I'm going to do. I need to think on it for a while.
We kind of did this now for 1 year or something. like
Yes. There's been a lot for a while.
that. Clearly, you're kind of bored of us now.
Well, I don't want to undersell you, but what I want out of a party for the ideas I currently have, I don't know if every single person in this party is going to be a good fit for that. So,
Nah.
and I don't want to end up being like, I got 2 people, and that's it. After also, you know, it's hard enough to get 4 people in this place to work together because everyone is in America or doesn't want to play. You
Still
know?
exists.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna go now. Was a
Bye-bye,
fun
Griff. Get your
Saturday,
sleep,
was a fun
please.
campaign.
Go to bed,
No,
Griff.
I have no time to sleep. I have
Go
to
to
prepare
bed,
D&D
Griff.
session.
Saru, Blart, you're so good at pushing and tripping people. Get him in bed.
Yeah. This is like my only tabletop game other than
Well-
Gloomhaven, which is kind of different.
Well, Dizzy,
Sorry.
you know what? I'll put you on the priority list if I go and set up a new game.
Aw.
Or if you really wanted to, you can see about joining my Sunday game. There's a chance someone might leave because they're a freaking weenie. Gosh. I don't know what it is with my Sunday games, but they have been just fizzles every day through.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's
They're
because I
cursed.
got weenies. I don't know if it's because I keep attracting weenies and having weenies that I have to deal with. Or because it's just Sunday is cursed. It's the day of the Lord, and apparently the Lord thinks I'm not allowed to do it, even though I don't believe in the guy.
It's not made for dads.
Fine. I'm putting too much dad energy in the wrong day of the week. Bye, stream.
It's
Uh,
just- Bye,
bye,
stream.